Hello everybody. Oh, I'm gonna do the mad thing where I'm like, I press the button to go live, and are we live yet? I'm surprised but I'm Night Strike now. Is this the internet? What is life? I don't know. God, I'm a dick. How you guys doing? Yay! It's late night with E Honda, the greatest show on all the internet, bigger than what's that guy's name again?
James Yeager.
That's the one. So big I don't even remember his name. Right on, right on. Hey, I do have to start off by saying, like, all right, I got. Sometimes you fuck shit up, you know. Sometimes you buy a gun to fix it up, and you start hacking away on it, and you're supposed to make a video about this gun that you fixed up, and you're looking at it, and you're like, oh God, what did I do? You guys ever do that?
I mean, I have not, but
I've never failed at anything I've ever done in my life.
Not anything.
So no.
Yeah, not anything that I couldn't fix, but
yeah, man.
At least when it came to firearms. But
I should have just left this shotgun alone, to be honest. I don't know what I was thinking, listening to Matt. Oh, chop it down, it'll be good. Just kidding. It's actually really good. Check it out. Just thought I'd fuck with you guys a little bit. Look how good this fucking thing turned out, bro. This is one day of work. It's still kind of drying. The stock's still kind of drying. It's dry enough to touch, but I got to run over it with some steel wool to get it extra good. But bro, like, look at like the contrast. That was not there before. The receiver and the barrel were almost the same fucking color, you know? Like the case hardening, all that shit came out pretty good. The scroll work was cleaned up. As clean as I can get it anyway. But yeah, this is the cheapest double barrel shotgun you could buy on all of Gunbroker after I put a little bit of work into it. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it came out nice.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like, I don't want to touch it anymore because I'm going to fuck it up.
I mean, once you get like a sling and stuff on there, and if you do like I don't know if you're doing like a leather side saddle for like shotgun shells or anything, but like at least a sling, like you'll probably be good. Maybe a front sight, but that's, down the line.
Yeah, and I did order a sling, so I've got a nice leather sling to go on it, and I'm going to wait to make the after video until that shows up, and I guess that probably won't be here till like next week or something. So whatever, I got to wait till next week to finish it up on the video, and I don't know, I might do a little bit more true oil on this spot or that spot and rub it down and make sure it looks good and perfect everywhere, because it's still got a couple little spots that aren't perfect, you know what I mean? But it's goddamn fucking close. Like, from where that thing started to where it is now, like, it's like a showpiece now. Like, I got all my fucking tools and shit. I've been working on this shit all fucking day, dude. But Matt would be proud. Matt would be proud. Flash Finger says, "What's up, fatty? I'll eat you." I don't know. What's up with you guys?
Not much. Playing around with my new shotgun for this old gun challenge. I picked up a Savage Model 720. It's a clone of the Browning A5 shotguns, but this one is unique. We'll put it that way. I turn on a camera, but I don't have a camera on my laptop, so.
It's fine. I'll show mine again.
I mean, I'd have to log in on my phone. Hold up. Let me actually do that. Let me grab my phone real quick. I just gotta jump into StreamYard as a secondary. Give me like 2 minutes. You guys keep talking while I figure this out.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've never blued something that turned out this good. I don't know what the fuck I did, but we're good.
Well, I think as you said, like you hit it with what was it, the cold water or whatever. So
No, hot water.
or hot water. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have a camera on your laptop. What do you live in the Stone Age?
Yo, this laptop is honestly like Stone Age shit. I kid you
Did
not.
you buy your laptop in 1973?
No, but I think this laptop's from 2011 or something. So give me 1 minute.
HBO Matt says, I'm probably going to open carry in Boulder or in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs, depending on where you're at, you're not going to have a problem. You might. Boulder, you're probably going to have a problem. Boulder is full of fucking liberals. Oh, there's Angry again.
Honda, do you see Manitoba-Where's tweet? Message.
All right, let's see it, Angry.
All right. So this is it right here.
It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Maybe it's
$2.99.
No,
lighting
that's-
or something.
Well, yeah. Let me hold up. There we go. Might give a little bit better. Like there's some, hold up. Like you can see, like there's some scuffing around the barrel.
Yeah.
So like the barrel needs to be reblued. There's some small nicks and stuff like that, like in the stock, but nothing that's major. Like overall, the wood's actually pretty good. Like I'll probably just clean it up. The big stuff is like, I don't know if you can see, but in here, like there's some scratches and stuff in the scroll work, so that has to be cleaned up. There's some scratches and stuff like that here and there, so gonna clean this up. Probably re-blue it. I'm not gonna obviously sand any of the scroll work. I just got to get that cleaned up and maybe blue around it some areas. Then like the trigger guard and like down here where you load it and stuff, there's some bluing missing. So the feed ramp, the feed gate area. So yeah, this is it. So it already came chopped. This was originally a field length barrel, but it came chopped already. So yeah, gonna get a front sight for it. Obviously sling and swivel mounts, but yep.
Unscrupulous Rapscallion says, nice job on the shotgun, E-Honda 420. I have the same 20-inch Rossi lever gun. You have the 4-stock finish is shit. When you did yours, would it have any grain to it? No, it has a little bit. If you want to bring it out, the way to do it would be, like Matt said, take a one of those propane torches and just kind of run over it a little bit, and that'll really bring the fucking color differential out with the wood grain that is there. And then when you stain over it, do like a nice light stain, and it'll come out nice. Flashfinger says, Angry looks like that guy that gets arrested for public intoxication after a college football game.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Seems legit.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah. So that's 2 in a row. 3 in a row, really, because I redid the SKS. The SKS turned out good. I redid the Model 10. The Model 10 turned out really good. And now I redid the double barrel shotgun, and that thing fucking turned out really, really good.
And I've seen your Rossi. That looks nice.
I redid the Rossi. That one turned out good.
So like really like 1 out of 5 isn't horrible. It's just, I mean, you massacred that one.
I just made it worse. Like everything I did with that, I made it worse. That's all. And rather than giving up, my determination kept going, which only made things worse.
Yeah, like at a certain point, you're just like, I'm going full tilt. Like,
so HBO Matt's going to cop watch in Boulder. I don't know, man.
That's a bolder decision.
Right.
Dad jokes.
So in Boulder, Colorado, there's this place called Farron Field, which is in the middle of like the CU campus where people play soccer. It's like a soccer field, but it's also like a big open field that you can go into and do stuff. And that's where people meet and do shit and stuff like that, right? And this was 2003-ish, give or take. there was a pot rally on April 20th on 420 in Boulder in Fair and Field. And it was kind of like this annual thing that had been going on for a couple of years before that or whatever, you know. And the cops for this particular year had decided that they were going to put barricades and police tape around the entire field so that no one could enter the field and take part in the whatever it is, right? So there's like 100 cops in this field, and there's about, I don't know, 4,000-ish people who were there to like smoke weed and hang out. And this one dude fucking hops over the fucking barricade, right? And starts running through the middle of the field with his hand up like, woo! Right? And then like all the fucking police, like not all of them, but like 10 police break formation and start chasing the guy. And then like 10 more people hop over. And then cops start chasing those people. And then everybody hops over and the police are just like, well, fuck. And there was like weird like fucking like FBI agent looking people going around with a camera in everyone's face, like taking pictures of everybody and doing all this shit. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but yeah. 2003.
Good for them. Being adventurous little sprites.
Oh, we got a super chat. Hey, Jolly.
Ooh.
I'm not. Never mind. I'm not.
Yeah, Mom.
I'm not going to be a dick. HBO Matt dropped in $5. Said probably going to cop watch with guy who recorded the grocery store shooting. Probably going to leave the AR behind this first round and go handgun.
Possibly wise.
Probably a smart decision.
If you walk around Boulder with an AR-15 slung around your shoulder, even though it's legal, you will have problems. Guaranteed. The cops will be called. They're going to come and fucking try to identify you, and you're going to have the thing where you're like, well, did I break a law? And you can't identify me, right? And then they're going to go through that whole thing, and they're probably going to arrest you, and then you're probably going to sue them, and you should probably carry an AR-15, but you might get shot. That's the only thing about it, you know? They're like very wise. Carry 2 long guns. So, has anyone out there bought a gun or thinking about buying a gun for the This Old Gun Challenge for Matt's?
Yeah, I want to hear if people are buying them, what they're getting.
Yeah, seriously. Does Matt have a fucking channel on his Discord for that?
I don't think so yet. I think he's fucking slacking still.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So it's funny, before I bought this, like I was telling Duke earlier, I went into my gun store and I went over to their normal like used shotgun rack, and this was there, and I was like, okay, for $2.99, I was like a little bit more than I want to spend, but whatever, it's a cool gun. And then I went over to their junk gun drawer, and they had a break top like old Ivor Johnson that they had marked 38 special. And so I asked the guys, like, is this really 38 special? Is it 38 Smith & Wesson? He goes, oh, let me check. So he goes into the back, and while he's gone, I went over to another section, and they had some old pump shotgun. I want to say it was like a Western Field or something for like $180, but it had a field barrel on it. Which I was like, oh, that's still cool. Like, I don't have any guns with a field barrel right now. That'd be, it needs some work. Like, stock was all dinged up and like bluing and all that stuff. I was like, I'll wait till this guy comes back and tells me if it's not 38 special, I'll grab this. And he comes back, he's like, no, it's 38 Smith & Wesson. I was like, okay. So I walked back over to this field length shotgun, and there's this dude buying it at that time. I was like, fuck. So that's when I came over to this thing, and I grabbed this, and I'm happy I got it. But I want to see what else people are grabbing. Because there's, at least my gun shop, I haven't been in for over 4 months, and their stock's coming back, their used guns are coming back, like, so there's probably stuff out there.
All right, I just, while you were talking there, went to the Discord, made a channel called This Old Gun Challenge, or what did I call it? Oh, I just called it This Old Gun.
Yeah, This Old Gun Challenge, yeah.
So if you guys want, go to Matt's Discord and post pictures and videos to This Old Gun.
Yep.
So we can see him.
And remember, do it before and after.
Oh dear, that's a little more than I'm prepared to do.
Colostomy Bag saying, I'm thinking of not buying an AK ever again.
How come?
Yeah.
Because of the ammo price?
Yeah, but I mean...
I would say maybe hold off on it right now and kind of see how this plays. Because, like, as we've kind of been talking about and everything, there are other companies that get the cheap steel case. It's just going to take a while for it to sort itself out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, there's plenty of other companies out there that are still legal, at least for now. They're going to be running steel case. It's just going to take time for them to fill in the gaps. And also, like, we kind of alluded to this. Russia's smarter than that. So right now, like, yeah, they import stuff to Bulgaria and Yugoslavia, who then sells it to us as Russian stuff. But they'll just change it and be like, oh, here's the stuff we're sending to Bulgaria and Yugoslavia, and it's not Russian. Wink, wink. It's super duper steel case, like, made in Bulgaria. So I think initially, like, we're going to be hurting, but
yeah,
soon enough, I think it'll bounce.
I give it this time next year. I think it'll be okay. It may not be as low as it is right now, but it won't be astronomical.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think it'll be.
I would say if you're like in between two guns, one is an AK and one's something else, I go with the other gun right now. It's probably my advice.
Well, the price of fucking 7.6239 jumped. Like, I was looking at it the other day, and it was 29 cents a round. I was like, oh, that's almost normal prices again. And then I was looking today, and it was like 49 cents a round. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, we got some spam coming in.
Block user. Hot girls and boys. What the fuck?
Hey, look, we don't discriminate around here.
And I mean, if you already have AKs or stuff in 7.62, like, it's not going to hurt you to buy another one. It's not, and less prices are just that.
I mean, I've got two guns that shoot that round. I've got an SKS and I've got an AK. I didn't really plan on buying another gun that shot it, but I'm certainly not selling the ones that I have,
Yeah. Like, I only have my SKS right now, but like, if I found a cheap enough AK, I would 100% buy it right now. AK prices are fucking ridiculous as they are.
Yeah, they're inflated, and no telling what this is about to do. It could go either way. It could bottom it out, saying like, oh, we can't get ammo, so they're not worth anything, or it could be like everything's about to be a collector's item.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to take a piss real quick.
That's so good. I'm just reading Lit on Steel super chat. That's a fucking awesome deal.
Bought an old
$25. You robbed those people.
How in the hell was it like in pieces?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, was it missing because I think it's a 22, but I don't know if it's mag fed or not.
Mammy Tomi says, can I have a hug? No.
Virtual hug.
You're too far away. Like, literally, I cannot hug you. And even if you were here, I probably wouldn't, because that's awkward.
Mammy.
it's only awkward if you get a boner while you're doing it.
Mammy, bonk. Go to horny jail.
Mark Anthony says, I just bought a full-size HK USP 9mm with 5 HK mags, factory night sights, Safari land holster for under $900. I wanted an over-engineered pistol that I can take a beating.
That's a good deal, because back in 2017, right before I moved out here to Arizona, my shop had one, and I think it came with 7 or 8 magazines, and it might have even been a Safari land holster. I'm forgetting. I know it was one of the top brand, like higher brand holsters, and they wanted like $1,200 for it. So that was a hell of a deal.
guess we could use some gun porn.
Yeah, why not?
All right,
Gun porn.
We'll hop in where Ray was showing off her boots.
Why was she showing her boots and gun porn?
I don't know.
That seems not correct.
Right.
But here you go. There's some boot porn. I don't like cowboy boots. I don't know. Maybe they're good, but
I love mine, but I also am very comfortable, and I've been wearing them for a long time. So.
Fuck is that?
I don't.
That is an old buck knife. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like an old buck knife.
But that has been
that's just the
sharpened
piece that it
way too many times.
But why is it in? Maybe it shoots bullets too. Maybe that's why it's in gun porn. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe someone just got confused.
Maybe. Bullets. Speaking of, so.
Bullets.
Those aren't even bullets. Those are primers.
Oh yeah, those are all
I
just
can't
primers.
read that.
Tiny letters.
Too tiny.
I really would like to have a place where I could go hang some steel like this and have like some targets set up and go into the woods and it's mine and no one can tell me no and blow up a tree with tannerite if I want to, kind of shit, you know? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool. I concur.
I really need to head up to that property that my brother-in-law owns and see
Get
how
there
much of a
building.
pain it is to get up there, how much time it takes and shit like that. And then, I don't know, maybe buy like one of the, like a cheap shed and then put a fucking wood-burning stove in it and shit and like fucking have a place to sleep up in the mountains and go shooting and have fun.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, what is that?
Lima 9mm Parabellum 1911 style pistol. Who's this? Grumpy Bear. I think he's talking about this is the thing that he bought for the challenge.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
A Yama?
A Lima.
Lime.
A llama.
Yama.
It's a llama.
Yama.
That's what it is. So he bought a
Yama.
llama.
Now it might be slightly over budget, but I could get a 23mm aircraft cannon.
Yeah, I'm feeling that's going to be over budget there, buddy.
Maybe just slightly.
But you do have a Tacoma, so you could mount in the back of your Tacoma and then be like some indigenous people.
I do that, and then I instantly get like M4s with PEC 15s, right?
Yes.
I've
What
done
the
the
fuck
math.
is this thing?
So that's the blaster from Blade Runner, which
Yeah.
was actually built on a functional gun. I think it was a Bulldog revolver and like 44 Special or 44 Magnum. That was under like a custom made shell, and they put like a bunch of Steyr Mannlicher parts on it to make it look futuristic. But it was actually like a functioning firing. Like there's been people that have remade that as a functioning firing gun. But yeah, if you watch the movie Blade Runner, like I think they call it like the LAPD blaster or something.
That's pretty cool. Oh, DM.
That's one of those Easies.
The M&P Easy.
EZ.
That's a cool stand, dude. Look at that.
That's 7.62 or AR or no? Yeah, it's 5.56. Might be 5.56.
I can't tell. I mean, it looks like a normal lower anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Bear Creek upper?
I can't
Question
tell.
mark?
It kind of looks like it, but I can't tell for sure.
Because they do that thing with like how they put those screws in at the handguard. And have that front cut off too.
Yep.
Dick goes in. You said, "Why did the communist chicken cross the road? To escape capitalist oppression and liberate the proletariat, comrade." I was thinking more like to escape communist oppression for a free way of life. But maybe I'm wrong.
I thought I was doing it just because I was ordered to do so.
Oh, that's nice.
That is a nice blade.
I'm not a knife guy, but I like that.
Yeah, get that stone wash look to the blade.
Yep.
I used to have a knife like that. I lost it. I was pissed when I lost it.
That's why I'm not a big knife guy.
Clever.
Oh man, look at that.
Like, if that's not in your kitchen, what are you using it for?
My knife fights that I have
for
every
bodies, duh.
You give him the chop.
Ooh, Zacanic. It's the TP9 Elite, I believe. I like my Canic. Canics are fucking great.
weekend.
I only shot mine once. Haven't made a full decision on mine yet. If it's great or not.
You only shot yours once?
Yeah. It shot great. Well, once I get it going.
God,
I had
what
a
did
few
they
jams,
do
but
to it? Blow it up?
You had jams?
yeah.
Okay, I put like 1,000 rounds through my Canic, and it hasn't even jammed once.
Now, after the first mag, it just worked fine after that. No, I pulled it out the box and shot. Like no oil, no nothing. It's probably caked up. It was probably caked up and dried inside. So it could have been that. But I haven't took it to the range for a second time yet to make sure everything was all right. That's why I've never really carried it yet. So like I'm not blaming the gun outright yet. Try to take it to the range more.
Dude, I've shot like steel case shit, 9mm ammo, like fucking everything through it, like hollow points. I've fucking not oiled it, not cleaned it, shot it a bunch, not oiled it, not cleaned it again, shot it a bunch more. Not one jam. I don't like those wraparound fucking 1911 grips. Kind of ruins the look of the 1911.
Yeah, I have a set, and like, I don't keep them on my gun. Like, I put them on every now and then. I'm like, yeah, maybe these will grow on me. And every time I do, I'm like, nah.
Pardon me. Little big Glock.
I know once I take it back for a second time, who knows what that'd be. Especially with the ammo prices, I don't want to shoot my ammo.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Nice sig.
Yeah, I keep buying ammo and not shooting. Like,
Yeah.
I used to buy like enough ammo to go shooting, and then I would go shooting, and then when I was done shooting, I would buy enough ammo so that when I wanted to go shooting again, I would have enough ammo to go shooting. But I would never have like a fuck ton of ammo sitting around. Now I've got a good amount of ammo sitting around, and I'm still like, I need more.
Right.
Oh, this is a gay sig. Look. It's got the Navy fucking.
Oh, I'm about to say like
Anchor, anchor.
Okay.
I was like, what is he talking about?
Like, what am I missing?
Who is this? Who goes Tara? Tara's got a gay sig. I'm sorry, Tara. Actually, you probably appreciate that.
Is she former Navy?
I don't know. Tara, are you former Navy? I don't know if you are or not. I'm not sure.
Ooh, crowd space magic. G11.
Well, the thing about these is, I think there's a reason why they didn't go into actual production.
Yeah, it was the ammunition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work right.
Right. So we're gonna be like, oh, look at my cool fucking thing, but it like shoots 3 times and then jams, and you gotta fucking take it apart to get it out, and yeah.
It's a cool concept, though. I mean, if they can just get the technology down.
That's a nice setup. That's like the spared no expense setup.
The light's the only thing throwing me off. And maybe it's just
It's so funny.
color.
It's like, I have a Desert Tech MDR. I have a very nice suppressor. I have an EOTech. I have a light.
That's a Tavor, isn't it? That's not an MDR.
Is it a MDR or is it a Tavor?
No,
It's an
that's a
MD.
Tavor.
It's a Tavor.
My eyes deceive me.
A Tavor.
Don't trust them.
How do y'all feel about bullpups in general?
So, like, they look cool, right? But I've shot a couple, and it's just not my thing. Now, I will say, I do think the Steyr AUG, because it was like it's not the original bullpup, but it was like the first real mass-produced and adopted bullpup, and it was just like 80s action cool. I love the AUG, but I'm not a big fan of the Tavor, like the F2000, the big tuna. I'm not a huge fan of. Like,
No one likes the tuna.
maybe I think it looks cool because it looks like a Halo gun.
Yeah.
But like holding one, I'm just like, I just don't know about this. So like, and maybe I just don't have enough time on them, right? Because like I have much more time on AR or an AK or anything like that than I do a bullpup, but they're just not my thing. I understand why some people
Jesus,
utilize
that is a
them,
suppressor.
especially for really close quarters and stuff like that. They make sense, or if you're inside a vehicle, makes sense. Because you're not really sacrificing like barrel length and such. But
That is a suppressor. Good night.
Yeah, I know some people said they don't like having like all the action right under their chin.
see like that. Yeah, see that doesn't bother me. Like I know some people are freaked out by having the explosion right next to their head, but I mean,
What the fuck is this thing on top?
that is
Almost looks like a high point carbine.
No,
Yeah, it kind of does
right,
look like a high
yeah.
point carbine. It kind of does. I mean, obviously it's not, but it looks.
It's High Point tried to make the Steyr AUG.
Right, it's like Model 1 of the high point carbine.
I'm blanking on the fucking name of it. Christ.
It looks familiar. I feel like I know this gun.
Yeah, I know that gun too.
Has it been on Forgotten Weapons?
Maybe. I think it's an experimental bullpup.
What the fuck
Hold
is this magazine too? Like, what bullet fits in there?
Maybe.
Because this is 5.56 and it's obviously longer and
Maybe
all that
9mm or 45.
So the picture doesn't have a comment or a detail.
It's a flechette gun, says Kyle Rust.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's experimental. I'm blanking on the fucking name of it, but
Steyr ACR.
yes.
All right, Mammy for the win.
Thank you, Mammy.
Oh, she's the one who They are the one who posted.
Posted it.
Oh, it's a Steyr ACR that fires fletches.
and it has been on Forgotten Weapons. Yeah, it fires flechettes.
Ah, that's the end of gun porn. All right.
How you say it?
Flechette.
Flechette.
Flechettes.
Flechettes, yeah.
Flechette.
It's basically like long spikes. Like they're weird.
So I was reading something on Twitter that kind of set me off earlier today, and that was this statement. It was something like, "I am only asking for the right to purchase the same weapons that I paid for my government to give to the Taliban."
Wait. Who's asking the right to purchase the same weapons that the government gave to the Taliban?
Me.
Oh.
Us, all of us. Like, why is it that we can't have anything? Like, they've got full auto fucking crazy machine guns and helicopters and tanks and all this shit, and like we're limited to semi-automatic fucking whatevers, and they're trying to take that away as it is. And like, oh, you could say, well, you can get a machine gun, Honda. Yeah, if you pay like $50,000, you can get a full auto M16, right?
Yeah.
Cool, that's totally obtainable. But that's why I have my fun switch on my AR-15.
Just be less poor.
I mean, you first.
That's a decision, you know what I mean?
Keep those super chats coming.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to make too many comparisons here, but I'm just saying, Honda started talking good about Canik, and all of a sudden the Taliban are back in charge. So
Remember after the 2017 Las Vegas shooting, how they were like, "We need Australian gun laws in America."
yep.
Whatever happened to that? They're still pushing for it, I guess.
Well, look at Australia now. It's kind of like, these things might be connected.
We might reconsider.
Yeah, very true. Like, what is going on in Australia right now?
You get a
Constant
slight cough.
lockdowns and crazy fucking draconian, like, overbearing government control over people's lives and ability to travel, and no one can do a fucking thing. And there's that video, I think we'll get to it in a minute, of I think it was the father or the daughter, one of the two of them had tested positive for COVID, and by law, they have to be separated.
Right.
And so they like the little girl didn't want to leave, and the dad didn't want to let her go, and they forced them apart. And the girl ran away screaming, and the fucking dad gets like tackled by fucking 5 cops. It's like, dude, fuck that shit. Fuck that fucking shit. That's why I've got a shotgun right here. Like,
right. And then there was that one guy they took in the middle of the day.
Yeah, they
that
told him
first
to pack
video.
his. Yeah, they told him to pack his bag and shit. Yeah.
let's
Oh, I
look at
know.
this
If
one more
that,
time. Let's look at this one more time.
like, I do understand we're on a chat, but I'm just saying, if that shit was to happen here, there'd be a lot of people that are just like, today's the day. Like,
Right.
that is good looking.
Yeah, she turned out good.
Yeah.
Nice shorty.
It looks moist.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it is.
Still slightly sticky. Not leaving fingerprints in the paint or anything. Exit. Joey Savoy says, my boss got the Tevor right as they came out. He hates it. Also bought a Vector and hates it as well. A lot of money sitting there doing nothing. That's why I stick to ARs and AKs, man. Fucking it works.
I mean, I'm not going to say, like, don't try the new shit, but I feel like whenever a gun like that comes out, especially if it has any sort of military backing, and like, yeah, they're cool-looking guns, but, like, people just flock to it because they think it's, like, the new Gucci shit. It's like, yeah, if you want it, go ahead and buy it, but at the same time, understand that it's not a, it's not a true tested design that's been around for years, like an AR or an AK. I don't know. I think people, like, instantly get their hopes up because they're like, oh, this wasn't Call of Duty, it'll be awesome. And it's like, not necessarily.
The Wanky Marshmallow says, do you use Tupperware brand or do you go knockoff? So when you go to like King Supers by my house, right? Like they've got like the like Tupperware like stuff for like $5 and you get a shit ton of it for $5. It's like if something melts in the fucking dishwasher,
you don't give a
well. If you throw something away, oh well. Like you send something with the kids to school and they don't bring it back, oh well. Fucking Tupperware gets expensive.
Yeah, it does. So like for me, I have some Tupperware, but the majority of my shit is just like you said. It's like that knockoff stuff, and I use it for meal prepping every week. And the set I have now, I've been using for over a year, and like running it through the dishwasher every week, and it's fine.
Yeah, it works.
Like
fine.
as long as you clean it and don't let, like if you make like pasta or something like that and let the sauce sit in it, then absolutely, like it'll get ruined. But as long as you clean it out quickly and wash it through the, like that stuff will last you fine as long as you take care of it.
Especially chili sauce. If you let chili sauce stay overnight, that's it.
Yeah, any sort of like red sauce or any colored sauce will instantly stain.
That racist sauce. Got it.
God damn it. Yes. Yes. But that also includes like Alfredo.
Oh,
like you'll get those little.
Against the Italians too.
I'm fucking half Italian. I can say that.
Okay, Fredo.
Listen, my name is Echo. Okay.
No, that's the Notched Echo.
Notched Echo. Who's
the Notched?
He claims to be Italian. I don't think he is, though.
Like, he's got the attitude. Like, he has the fiery anger of an Italian man.
But he doesn't move his hands enough and do the whole babadaboosh.
Well, he never turns his camera on. You never know what he's doing back there.
He's just waving his arms around like Star Wars kid from that YouTube video back in the day.
I'd be surprised if he's wearing pants most of the time.
I don't want to think about that.
I'm not wearing pants right now.
I'm thinking about taking mine off, to be honest. Like, fuck it. I mean, you can't see them.
You might get some more super chats. You might not. Also,
you won't know that they're off, but I will.
Do you want that full auto AR? You gotta do what you do. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey man,
the restrictions on OnlyFans now is hitting Honda really tough.
Yeah.
You got until October.
Changing my life choices. Savage dropped in $5, excuse me, thank you, and says, we were contemplating against Gran Torino, but I am so fucking sick of commercials, I guess you can have my attention.
We were competing against Gran Torino.
What did I say?
Contemplating.
You were competing against Gran Torino.
Yeah,
he was gonna watch Gran Torino over this chat.
Yeah, and you said contemplating.
Well, I mean, technically, if it's competing, then you were contemplating it. So.
That is true, but that's not the word he put in there. So.
That's not the word. God damn it.
I just realized I bought this thing as a Savage. I must have done this to invoke Savage.
Oh yeah, show your Savage. Show Savage your Savage. You have to do the thing again with your fucking phone.
Yeah, hold up. Give me 2 minutes.
Clint Eastwood hasn't said fucking freedoms yet, has he?
No, I don't think Clint
so.
Eastwood would say that.
I will depart this earthly realm if he says that, and he's not in like some dementia-ridden state.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's so old he would try to fist fight COVID.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, at least we forget, like Clint Eastwood, like a couple years back, said, I'm in the twilight years of my life, and I have a lot of regrets and things I've done in my life. One thing I could probably say is I didn't vote for that guy talking about Obama.
Okay, I'm hopping back in here.
God dang it.
Okay, Savage. So this is the Savage Model 720 I picked up for the This Old Gun Challenge. Ooh, why is it giving feedback?
Sounds like it's a fire alarm.
Right, I thought, like, oh shit, you got a fire?
It's like, oh no, fire.
Fuck that was, but yeah, so this is it. Savage Model 720.
Very nice. Sexy time.
Yes. Hey.
King of the castle. King of the castle.
Ah, the sound of freedom.
You will never get this.
Great success. Great success. Dude, I'm surprised how nice that fucking shotgun turned out. Like, I started fucking sawing on it. Like, I finished that video. I, like, posted it, and then I started sawing on that motherfucker, right? And I got, like, into it enough where there's no turning back. And I had that moment of, like, oh, fuck. Like, but it turned out okay. FNG Starman says, "Sup, gun nuts? Sup, FNG Starman?" Kind of angry. Angry kind of looks like who? Coomer Wojak? Who the fuck is Coomer Wojak?
Okay, so Wojak's the meme template. I don't know who Coomer Wojak is.
I'm looking it up.
Memes. You should consult the Internet Meme Database.
He's saying you look like
Oh
this.
my god.
God.
God, you look like the guy from GT. You look like Trevor from GTA.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
God, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying. So we got bitches in Portland calling for more violence, saying that peaceful protesting isn't protesting. Only violent protesting is protesting. And that anyone who tries to stop them from protesting is a fascist and a Nazi. So you have a right to fucking use violence against anyone who tries to stop them from doing anything violent that they're doing. Is basically what she's saying right there.
It's Portland. Do we even care anymore, really? I mean, as long as they keep it within the state of Oregon.
Dude, who the fuck is this priest standing behind her fucking clapping for violence? Like, fuck you, dude.
Really?
I don't remember Jesus talking about that part.
Okay, check this out.
It's in part due to the stabbing of a police dog during an arrest in Brisbane last year.
Wait for it. Did you see that?
I was like,
So this is a like Australian newscast, I guess, where they're talking about Australian shit, and they accidentally had a recorded scene of a satanic ritual going on. Like, look, they got the upside down cross. They've got like the fucking witch and warlock or whatever the fuck it is. You know, I think it's actually called the witch and the wizard is how they call it.
well, this looked like this was done at a community college, though.
It does look like it was done in an auditorium. Yes.
I believe that Infernus has something to do with that.
Infernus is the devil.
Yeah.
We got more chaos and danger outside of the airport gates. Dude, look how many people are there, bro.
Jesus.
Shit's fucking crazy. We're gonna bring as many of those people as we can possibly bring here, too. That's what Biden's plan is. Open the borders to Mexico. Everyone come in. Hey, let's get out of Afghanistan and bring 1 million Afghanis back with us. How many people live in Afghanistan, by the way? Oh, it's like 20 million. So you want to bring 1 out of every 20 people from the entire country?
What if we ship them to Mexico?
Can we work out a trade deal?
All right.
I mean, they could just do the Obama thing and just put like, what was it, like $5 billion of cold hard cash on a tarmac and fly away?
So I saw something the other day. Mexico actually said that they're going to be taking in refugees, and I'm like, it's kind of like changing, like trading, like, here's a shit flavored sandwich for here's a puke flavored sandwich.
I mean, right, they still need that heroin connect. Right,
Well, I
they
mean,
need that
yeah.
connect to the poppy fields.
Yeah. Mexico is stepping up from cocaine to moving to heroin.
I think the poppy fields like are partially run by the cartels right now. So
So do you guys know who Owen Schroyer is?
Yeah.
Owen Schroyer has been charged with sedition because of the events of January 6th. He is a field reporter, anchor for InfoWars for Alex Jones, right? He's like one of those guys. And he specifically like was saying to the crowd around him, like, hey, don't do that. No, don't. Like, we're walking around. It's supposed to be peaceful, like the entire time. There's no communications that I know of beforehand, like public communications of him saying anything about like storming the Capitol or doing anything crazy. He never set foot inside of any building that he was not authorized to be inside. And yeah, they're charging. I don't think it's sedition that they're charging him with. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, here we go. Trespassing, disorderly conduct, and similar crimes. Oh, wait, that was a different fucking thing. Okay, whatever. still, the point stands. Owen Schroyer's being charged with something, and he didn't break a law. So we basically have Stalin-esque fucking draconian, like, laws that they can apply however they want on whoever they want at any time that they want to take who. I mean, they've been doing this shit since 2001, really, but it was never pointed at us, right? It was always pointed at, like, fucking, oh, well, they're a terrorist. I don't care. Like, put them in Guantanamo, never get out, never charged. I don't care. Because they're terrorists, right? Well, guess who's being labeled as terrorists now?
Yep.
U.S. Appeals Court refuses to end CDC's eviction moratorium. And it goes on to say that it was a pause on evictions designed to curb the spread of the coronavirus. And I was like, honestly, I don't think the pause on evictions has anything to do with stopping the spread of COVID. More like postponing the collapse. Because what happens when they fucking say, okay, if you haven't been paying rent, you can get evicted now? How many 100,000 millions of people in this country have just been like chilling the fuck out, not paying rent, collecting unemployment checks, doing whatever they do, having fun, smoking weed, getting drunk, partying, living it up, not working? Like, that shit doesn't fucking float. You know what I mean? Like, you build a boat out of fucking concrete, but you got to make it right. You can't just have a block of concrete. That shit sinks right to the bottom. All right, we got... so this is a private golf course, and these guys were hired by the golf course to come on and shoot nuisance birds off the private golf club.
Oh yeah, I've seen that video.
Kill animals right in front of us. This is an appalling situation. This is after yes. Kill the birds. Yes, kill the birds. Kill the birds. This man is killing birds.
Dude, I would have pushed that lady in the lake.
Yep.
They're shooting them. They're falling from the sky.
Yes.
Go ahead. Hit
What happens when you shoot a bird out of the sky?
Go ahead and hit
Only in the United States you can walk up to somebody with a gun and yell at
And not get shot.
them.
Dude, well, the thing is, she's jumping in front of a guy shooting a gun. Like, are you fucking retarded?
Yep.
Like, I'm glad they're recording this because it's going to show, like, he's trying to just walk away and they're being idiots.
situation. See? Exactly. These are the kind of people we're dealing with. Murders. You want to attack?
I mean,
You want to come near me? Okay.
God damn.
Oh, no.
as soon as you
What
touch
was
my
it?
gun or grab from my gun, all bets is off.
What
Like-
what kind of birds were they trying to get rid of is my question.
Probably geese. Probably snow geese. Oh, did I miss a super chat? I'm fucking an asshole. I'm really an asshole. Savage dropped in $5. I'm sorry, dude. I said, also had a thought. Remake Clint Eastwood's westerns, but with his son playing his roles and modern effects, better acting. Also, Angry Otto wins.
Well, thank you. And yes, I agree with that statement. Like, I would love to see if they remake, like, the Dollar Trilogy, have Scott Eastwood replacing Clint in those. Like, that'd be awesome.
What has he been in? Like, he's an actor too, right?
Oh, yeah. He's been in some of the Fast movies. He was in Fury. He was in that recent one that just came out with Jason Statham. Fuck. I'm blanking on the name of it, but it was like the Armored Car Heist movie, the Guy Ritchie movie. He's been in quite a few movies. Usually he's not a lead role. He's usually more of a supporting character. But I think that's just because he's still kind of up and coming.
All right, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Let me see.
see, Hollywood would do it, but they would replace him with Idris Elba or somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
would
That's an
Texas
Idris
Chainsaw
Elba.
Massacre.
I think that's an Idris Elba. Idris Elba.
So I went to Costco today to get some stuff, and as I was walking through the aisles, there was this like little tiny, really nice Asian lady who had like 50 of these things in her cart, right? And I was like, why are you buying so many of whatever that is? And she was like, oh, they're the most delicious thing ever, and like you can't get them anywhere. Like, I don't want to make fun of her accent, but this is basically the gist of what she was saying. And like other Costco's are always sold out of them, and you have to she had to drive across town to find it, and they had them here, so she bought all that she could. And I was like, oh, okay, like I'll buy a box, right? Like there are these made in Taiwan, like what are they called? Fucking double egg yolk lotus seed paste mooncakes, right? And they come in this box. It's all fancy. You only get 4 of them. They're these big ass fucking things. They look fancy, right? I cut one open, tried it. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever put in my mouth in my entire life. Taiwan,
The
you
next
really let me
thing,
down.
well, listen, they're cutting expenses where they can right now, just in case.
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying, dude. Like I was like, oh, like this like really nice Asian lady like was talking up these cakes, and she says how good they are, and how she drove across town, and they're always sold out everywhere, and you can't find them, and like, oh, I bet they're pretty good. No, I don't know what the fuck they put in these things, but they are fucking awful. Like it's
they're
got
Asian
a
good.
weird flavor to it that's not like anything I'm used to. I don't know. It's gross, dude. It's really bad. Really bad.
Right.
I even had the kids try it. Like, do you like this? They each tried one bite, and they're like, nope.
No, that's funny. That's funny. Oh man.
Notice another news channels call it an insurrection in the Afghanistan. Well, that's because that's what an actual insurrection looks like. It's when pissed off people with guns get together and kick the ass of the powers that be until they are the power that be. That's what an insurrection is, a successful one. An unsuccessful one would be like they do that and then fucking get bombed or something on the way, right?
But they at least give an effort.
But it's generally angry men, guns, large numbers, like killing people. Like none of that shit happened. How many cops died because of violence on fucking January 6th?
None.
Oh yeah, it ends up that it's 0, even though they were claiming it was 2. Like, oh, 2 cops were killed, and then they were like, well, 1 cop was killed, and they're like, actually had an aneurysm, and I don't know what you were talking about with the other guy.
Well, even now, like you've seen reports, like however many, like we're in what, August, so 7 months later, like another officer commits suicide, and this officer was at the 1-6. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't commit suicide because he was at 1-6. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was just going through some shit 7 months later and offed himself. Like,
great, that's the conclusion that they draw from it, and then tell their entire dumb fucking non-thinking audience that just fucking absorbs whatever they say, and then they repeat it to family members and get pissed off that you're not on the same page, that this is what happened and it's fact, and if you don't like facts, I'm sorry. Like, fuck you, dude. You're the one who's just like not even looking into shit and like assuming that the mainstream corporate media is telling you the truth. Like, guess what? They're not. They haven't been. I realized this back when fucking Waco, Texas happened. I mean, it was after Waco because I believed them all the way through Waco. And then it wasn't until after Waco and the fucking dust settled and like stories of what actually happened fucking came out that was contrary to what we were being told that I was like, huh, maybe the media is lying to me sometimes. And then it turned into like, are they ever not lying to me? And it's now, yeah, they're always lying. Like, yeah. It's been an evolution. And then you look at like the Lauren Boebert chick, the actual only person who died on January 6th, who was a rioter, wouldn't say an insurrectionist. She was rioting. Like, they were doing riotous shit. But an insurrection it was
Ashley
not.
Babbitt?
Yeah. What did I say? Bobert?
Lauren Boebert. I was like, what the fuck is Lauren Boebert?
Yeah, I get that confused. She's the fucking senator from Colorado, state senator. No, she's the House member from Colorado, who's Republican. Like, the only Republican from Colorado. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that bitch who got shot in the face.
I got you.
The cop who did it, who has never been publicly named, who they did an investigation into it, right? Was cleared of all wrongdoing whatsoever. Got like months of paid off fucking leave. Had supposedly, according to sources that I have heard, he is he's been known to be anti-white racist on occasion. So there's that going on. And I don't know what there is to that. Because the guy's not even named. But like, according to people who think that they know who it is and have looked into this person's Twitter, that's what they've said, right? So I'm not saying that's true or not, but I'm saying that's what I've heard. Not charged with anything. Let go. Good day. Good job. You protected people. You probably got a medal for it, bro. You probably got to raise a medal and a fucking, like, a house in the Hamptons when he retires. Because that's how that fucking shit works out there. In the land called DC. Yep. Where Owen Schroyer, here it is, gets charged over January 6th after standing on Capitol steps. Charged in connection to being on the grounds of the Capitol and entering a restricted area on Friday, blah, blah, blah. Charged in connection. So they're arresting him January, February, March, April, May, June. 7 months later for supposedly entering a restricted area and being there. Knowingly entering or remaining in any restricted building grounds without lawful authority and violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds. But there's like, the thing is, there was a camera on him basically that entire time. And there's never any video that I've seen of Owen Schroyer like smashing a window or doing anything violent. Leonardo Vu says, "What's a nice AK pistol I can get for $1,000 to $2,000?"
For $2,000, I mean, geez.
You
can get an arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I'd say, an arsenal.
Like, if you're willing to throw out $2,000, go all out and get an arsenal.
Yeah, you will not be disappointed.
No.
I like the Z-Paps, if you want to go more towards like the 1100-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're trying to stay closer to that $1,000, a Z-Pap's a great choice. If you're willing to spend more money, though, like arsenals are fucking fantastic.
And also, if you ever want to sell it, those are only going to go up in value.
That is the thing about the arsenal, right? Like a Z-Pap, like, yeah, you'll probably get most of your money back. But the arsenal, you'll get every penny back.
Yeah, especially because, like, I can only see them getting more and more rare because they have to trickle out of freaking Russia.
Dude, I almost bought a SL-107, I think. The one that shoots 5.45 for my first rifle back when they were like $800, $900. It was like, why would you spend $800 on an AK? It's like, what does an SL-107 go for now? It's like $2,500.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So, Yeah. Whoops. That being said, I do have my NPAP, and I like my NPAP, and I don't plan on selling it.
I see the spamming is back.
Wait, they're spamming?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
It's up top. It's just the webcam chats, same.
Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! You
now,
motherfucker.
Leonardo, if you do want to be a cool guy, you could get the mini barrel.
Ooh.
Like, granted, it's a 5.56 AK.
It is a 5.56 AK, but it was designed. It's the only military service AK that was designed to be a 5.56 AK.
Right. And I mean, you're going to get cool guy points for having a mini barrel.
It is true.
But the point, I think, sometimes of getting an AK isn't just having an AK, it's having a comm block round to shoot. And that being said, maybe not now that there's this ammo ban bullshit going on. But wouldn't that affect more than just 7.6239? Wouldn't that be... Because they make a lot of 5.56 and 2.23 that comes into the country, too.
Yeah.
They do make some, but it's also going to affect, like, your 9x18 Mac. It's going to affect your 7.62x54, your 7.62 Tokarev, your
some of your 308s.
Some of your 308s. PU, I think, makes Nagant revolver ammo, but I think so does comm block shit, obviously.
I figured out why Gun Library Garrett works so much.
Why?
Because spamming is his job.
Ah.
That's what he says anyway. What about one of those Draco pistols?
I mean, I have the 9mm version, but I love mine. Dracos are a great AK. You can probably get those. They might be up around $1,000 now.
Yeah.
Dude, is there no one with a wrench in the chat right now? I can't see it from this side. I got to go to my actual YouTube chat. Do you hear what's going on outside right now?
Yeah, I hear the sirens.
Yeah.
It's like the fifth one to go by. I'm like, oh, I won't shut my window. It's got nice air coming in. Fuck my life.
Yeah, my window's shut. It's hot in my room because we had a block party going on.
You got a block party going on?
Yeah.
Does that mean someone's going to get shot?
Good to fair chance.
No one has got shot
50,
yet,
50.
so hopefully, yeah. 50,
the night's still young.
Holy shit. Okay, there's one fucking mod right now. Okay, so we'll make... Starman. You're a moderator now. Who else wants to be a moderator? Anybody? Moderators. Damian Christ said me. Moderator.
So how about Savage? What's Savage? Is he a mod?
Scar says me. Moderator. All right. James Pillerin, moderator. Savage is a moderator. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Like, you weren't typing anything, so your name doesn't show blue when you do a super chat. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, okay, we've got some mods now. We already had a few, but now we've got more. I'm sorry, Savage. I didn't mean it. Oh, my God. All right. Picking one more. It's like 5 mods that I just added. All right, so we shouldn't have any more problems with fucking spam for now anyway.
Seems like everybody wants that Taliban power now.
Here's the thing, though, wrenches. I prefer discourse over fucking being, like, banning people and shit like that. So unless you're, like, spamming or really being a dick, I don't really feel anyone should be banned for any reason. But that's just me. I don't like telling people what to do is my thing. I don't like being told what to do either. So that's the other side of the coin.
Yes, with great power comes great responsibility. Travis T.
Well, if a fucking mod starts spamming, then I will unmod the spammer. I'm the only one with that ultimate power. And then YouTube can stop me. So YouTube holds power over that. And then Google is above them. And then the government's above them. So, like, really, we're way down the totem pole here, man. FNG Starman says, I hate authoritarianism. I agree. Fuck authoritarianism.
Show me your papers.
Papers, please.
Savage says, I've only ever banned spammers on Never Enough Ammo's chat. Like, when it's one of those, like, hey, come check out sexy girls at this fucking website. Like, yeah, ban that shit instantly. But if it's like some guy asking a question too many times, like, maybe put him in timeout. That works. Leonardo Vu says, can you put braces on any of these AK pistols? Yes. With the exception of the Z-Pap has to get an adapter because they have a different rear trunnion than a normal AK. So, like, a normal AK brace won't just work with it. You have to get an adapter or get one that's specifically made for it. That's the only thing that sucks about Zastava.
Or you
Yeah.
drill your own hose.
But I know the Dracos, some of them come with it, some of them don't, but like mine came with the pick rail on the back, so I was able just to get an SB tactical brace that attaches to a pick rail, and boom, I was good to go.
Isn't there that brace though you can get that goes under your grip? And I think they make a model for Yugos.
Yes. Yeah, there is. I
Yeah,
forget
they're
who makes
sold,
it,
but I think it's SB Tactical.
Yeah, like the majority of the AK braces go on the grip anyway, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Why are we hailing Night Strike?
All hail Night Strike.
I think someone said something.
Oh,
Just to keep
so-
them
Night
appeased,
Strike is above
probably.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were saying like, oh, and Google is above that, and blah blah blah. Night Strike is above all.
Yes.
That's why we need to be nicer to the Night Strike, because he will bring law against us, lawfare.
You probably should be.
I was kind of mean to him today, but I feel like
I mean,
he poked the bear. You know?
he did. He poked the bear. It was early in the morning for you. You know, you were in the middle of shit, and you know.
Early in the morning, it was like 11.
Yeah, but for
Shit, that's
Honda,
early for
like,
me.
That's
That's early in the
10.
morning.
Oh, see, here we
Oh,
go again.
there we
What the
go.
fuck, dude? All right, go to it, boys. You have the power. I will let you do it.
I don't know.
Just-
I think it's every time you bring up Night Strike's name.
Oh,
that's
Night
when
Strike's
spam
getting
goes.
him to us. Is this his revenge?
No, Honda, it was 2 p.m. in the afternoon for you.
I didn't say it was early. Angry.
It was 2 p.m.
You know what? Just
Okay,
20
well,
minutes from
still.
now.
Still,
No, 20 minutes from
Honda
now,
was
say
in the
Night
middle
Strike
of shit.
name and see what would have happened again.
Honda was in the middle of shit, and the hallway widener was, you know, he crossed the line. So
I'm feeling like to do this gun challenge, I'm just going to have to go to a gun shop and look around because nothing online is cheap enough. for any
Someone just
margin.
blocked Dick Goes
Yeah.
In You.
What the fuck?
Every
Great
time you get
power,
in-
great responsibility, boys. God damn it! Now I gotta go in my fucking settings and okay, hold on. Give me a sec. I gotta unblock Dick Goes In You. I gotta remember how. Settings,
getting tired.
community.
wait, why are we blocking Dick Goes In You?
We're unblocking it.
Right.
Ah,
Somebody's a little bit too happy on the trigger.
Okay, so
Travis said that Honda did it.
maybe I did.
I'm going to go ahead and tap out, boys. I'm getting sleepy.
Oh,
all right, young one.
Dude, I
Go
got
get your
shit
rest.
ton of moderators.
Yeah, I did not get much sleep last night. All right. See y'all tomorrow.
all right. See ya.
Later.
All right, he should be unblocked. Everyone should be unblocked except for steamy online girls or whatever the fuck that shit is. You're the one who did it. We undid it already. I have the best moderators. Thanks, guys. I think the thing scrolled as I was hitting the button. And you know what I'm saying? Heard earlier today that something like 40% of all ammo in America is Russian. Not sure about that.
I've heard some rumors about that too, but I don't know how accurate that is. I feel like it's not.
Gee. How much?
Because like when I think Russian, I think steel case, right? And well, granted, there's a lot of steel case out there. There's far more brass options that are out there on the shelves than there is steel case.
Yeah, I'm not finding an answer readily for that question.
Yeah.
The regime's indictment of Owen Schroyer has done in retaliation again. Done in retaliation again him due to the exercise of his freedom of speech. This Stalin-level show trial stuff. It's true. This is Stalin-level show trial stuff. And don't forget, there are still 15,000 Americans trapped in Afghanistan right now.
Yep.
That's more Americans than died in 9/11.
Yep. And the military has already come out and said, like, if we can get them out, we will, but we don't really have plans to do so. Like, that's a great feeling.
Justin Grimm says, ask Angry if his shotgun is similar to an A5.
It is. So Savage got the rights to clone the Browning A5. So it's a complete clone. They made it between 1930 and 1949. So like the Remington 11 is also a copy of the Browning A5. They're all clones of it.
That's cool. I like this shotgun. This thing's fucking cool. Do you think this is better or the one that Matt did for me?
Ooh. That's tough because...
Hold on, I'll get the other one.
Right, but you got to do a side by side.
Yeah, you have to do a side by side because
right.
Here's the thing: like they're both two separate shotguns, right? Like that's old school Wild West cool, where like the one that Matt did is like that '80s police shotgun, like pop it out of a cruiser, cool, you know?
All right, so this is Matt's work. It's good.
It's good. Yours. So here's the thing. Again.
But this thing started off brand new. He
Yep.
only shot it once and only put like 4 rounds through it. That's all it's ever been shot.
Yeah, he didn't have to clean it up. He just cut the barrel basically on it, right? And had like the tube extension. Yours is much more cleaned up. You know, yours looks more like a wall hanger, like a display piece. Now I guarantee if you took shoe oil and all that shit to match shotgun, you could probably shine that up and make it look nice as well. But it's not a double barrel. It's not supposed to look like a showpiece.
I don't know. This thing cleaned up fucking nice.
Yeah, no, that looks extremely nice.
So what do you guys think?
Well,
Double
see,
barrel
so shiny
or single barrel? Which one looks better? Again? This one looks good. It does. And be careful. This one's dangered up.
Well, see, that's yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go with the double barrel. Obviously, looks nicer.
Yeah, it looks nicer and shiny.
But the other one's a more utilitarian. As I said, it's kind of comparing apples and oranges.
Let On Steel says, have you shot the double barrel? No, I just picked it up and cleaned it up. I'm still, like, the fucking finish on here is still kind of tacky a little bit. Like, I'm waiting for it to dry all the way and then I can finish it up. Oh, look who's here.
Hey, it's Mr. Penis.
Look at this, Matt. Look at this.
Uh-huh. Nice.
I swear to Christ, do I have to do the fucking camera thing again?
Look at that contrast. That was not there before. It was like silver. Now it's black and silver. Fucking trigger guard. Redone.
Nice.
Everything's cleaned up. The stock looks way better.
Mm-hmm.
I should have layer of True Oil over it. I didn't even really fuck with it that much.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He wants your acceptance, Matt.
It looks good.
And I was saying, which one looks better?
Oh, the fucking shotgun that I did looks way better.
Well, according to people in the chat, let's see here.
I mean, if you like classic guns, that's cool, but that shotgun fucking looks like a...
So
well, that's what I said. I said it's two completely separate things, right? Like the double barrel looks more like a showpiece. Yours looks more like I'm grabbing this out of the cop car and going to work type.
Yeah, it looks like something that fucking John Dillinger would use.
Speaking of that, Matt,
yes.
Did you look at the group chat?
Oh, no, hold on.
So
I've been watching the movie.
Okay, so I don't have to fire up my camera again. I picked up my this old gun shotgun.
Oh, okay.
See, you got 1 vote for 870. Everyone else voted against you. Oh, you got 2 votes for 870. Wait, was that the same person? That was the same person saying 870.
No, I mean it's fine for your audience to be wrong, but
Steadily
I
just
don't
likes
mind.
to stroke your ego.
Your ego.
Curious if Angry has dealt with one of those.
nice. What is that? What model is that?
So it's a Savage Model 720, which is a licensed clone of the Browning A5, made between 1930 and 1949.
Nice. And is the barrel chopped down, or is that?
Yep,
how
it was
came?
it all. So originally, this was a field gun because it has all this like scroll work of like ducks and duck hunting and shit on it. And some guy either like when this came out, either chopped it down to be his moonshine gun, or like after the war was like, hey, I got this old field shotgun. I want a home defense gun, and chop the barrel on it. So yeah,
Nice.
it's like literally a John Dillinger shotgun.
That's fucking sweet.
I got cleaned up and stuff, but Curious if Anger has dealt with one of the things I've been dealing with lately. People not shutting the fuck up about me being so much smaller. I'm
Did you lose
confused.
weight?
Oh, yes. So when I first did it, like when I first lost a bunch of weight, yeah, people talked about all that, which like I was proud of because, it's usually a compliment that you lost a bunch of weight, but because I leaned up and everything, everyone, like my mother included, thought I was doing steroids. She's like, there's no way you lost that much weight and got in shape in that short amount of time without doing steroids. I'm like, yes, it is, Mom. It's called I don't eat junk food all the time and I go to the gym 6 days a week.
I need to start going to the gym again. Like, I know Fat Honda. Look at titties, look. I don't fucking care, dude. Fuck you.
Hey,
I
you
think
gotta-
I still look okay. It's not bad.
You got to
But
check this
I
thing
can
out.
stand losing a few pounds.
This is a castle for sale in Montana, completely surrounded by water. I think
For
we
how
need to all
much?
get together. It's like 8 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms and
I
some
want the
shit.
interior and shit.
How much?
So, $800,000
Oh yeah, we can swing that.
for the land
Hey.
and everything. I say we all pull together all of our good credit and
Yes. And
Right,
then
Yeah,
have
we're
a
gonna be
garage
there,
shit
and then
on
it's gonna be like, all right, well, I'm paying my portion of the $1 million fucking mortgage this month. What about your portion, Angry?
it. Ooh, I like that
look at
interior.
this.
The only thing I worry about is the
Bro,
water being so close, like flooding. That's the only thing I would worry about.
Yeah.
But that is, yeah,
Fucking nice as shit.
you can make that very defensible.
Yeah. It's got water on. Well, it looks like the water goes all the way around it, but it's not. I think the moat that's out front looks man-made,
Oh yeah,
but
probably.
the river behind it is natural. So
It's
I think
100%.
they put a moat in front. It's got his own
dude,
bar.
this is like the ultimate man house.
Yeah.
It is. Like go out, hunt the land, fish, come home, cook up your shit. Like that's a great looking bathroom.
Yeah, it is.
I could shit in there.
Yep.
Bro,
Oh, I would have
Good
so much fun
kitchen,
in that
yep.
fucking kitchen.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good kitchen. That'd be
Jesus
a great
Christ,
kitchen.
Look at that.
It looks medieval, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
like the look with all the modern amenities.
Bro, someone spent a fortune on this place.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a reason it's probably 800,000.
But that just doesn't seem like a lot of money for this house.
It seems like you would spend more than that.
Maybe it's
building.
because it's Montana.
Maybe. This looks like
Good
a
laundry room.
laundry room. You got storage back here.
Yep. All that ammo storage.
Oh. And then you got a compound that's very defensible because it's got concrete fucking walls.
Or maybe it's also haunted.
I don't care.
I'm okay. Hey, fuck. I'm okay with it. I can live with a ghost.
This place looks brand new.
Mm-hmm. Looks like somebody built it and then died.
Yeah, exactly. Like this was like Grandpa's project, and he spent all of his money on it, and now he's dead, and we're just trying to get $800,000 for the grandkids.
When we all defend it, though, we all have to be dressed up as the Night's Watch.
Oh, of course.
8 bedrooms,
It'd be great for LARPing.
Mhm.
bro. We'd fuck this place up like 10 years
Look
ago.
at it. Look at it. They got the hot tub over here.
Yep.
This is fucking nice. You know someone's not gonna clean, or there's gonna be dishes in the sink or something. You're gonna like do laundry. There's like fucking clothes in the wash that smell like mold.
Well, that's why
Someone
we
didn't
have to
fucking
be
do it.
we have to be selective of the 8 people we choose. Also, I'm sure
Is
like
that
we
a
could
John Wayne full size poster?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
it was.
a John Wayne cutout.
Sorry, that took me a second to process.
What is this room? Like, what
I
are you
have no
doing
fucking
here?
clue.
It's the John Wayne room, Matt. I mean,
that's where you go in. You just pray to
Oh.
John Wayne.
No, this is where we put up all the racks to hang up all of our guns, or at least the
There you
ones that
go.
will fit. I think we have too many altogether.
Yeah, we probably do.
But the go-to guns.
I got to do another count. I forget how many I have now. I've added a few recently.
And I think this is a den, which could easily
Yeah.
serve as another bedroom.
Yeah.
Leonardo Vu says, "Shoot the new shotgun." I will soon enough.
Shot. No, it says shot for the new shotgun. So
Oh, this is another. This is a different kitchen. It has at least 2
Oh.
kitchens.
Yeah. So this is like a like an on or a what do they call it? Like
That's where the help lives.
Yeah, so this is like a whole other, like a little apartment, like a little
Yeah, so
separate apartment.
what do they call it? Like a mom and pop suite or something like that, or like
Yeah, like a
or an
mother-in-law.
in-law suite, an in-law
Mother-in-law
suite.
suite,
Yeah. That's where the help can stay. aka
Somebody was
Jolly.
living. Now this one they haven't cleaned out yet. Somebody's
Yeah.
still living in this place.
Hell yeah!
Bro, I want to live in a castle.
No shit, man.
I just want to be able to
What
stand
is
on the
that
top.
on the side there? Is that like a fucking basketball court?
This is, I don't know. This is like, well, because there's room,
Looks
something's
like
down
an
here.
outside, like patio area and stuff.
So yeah, it looks like
yeah.
you can go outside here, but
I bet that's
it's
where
on the second
hot
floor.
tub and shit is and stuff.
There might be like another.
The hot tub and shit
too.
looks like it was probably in one of these. It's in one of these
Yeah.
corner turrets. I don't know
I
which
just want to be able
one.
to stand on the top and be king of the castle, king of the
Yeah.
castle. La, la, la.
Oh, that's why there was that little
And there's
circle
some
there.
other fucking building over here.
Might,
I don't know what that is.
might be where the in-law suite is, because it also looks like that might be like a storage, like garage or something like
Yeah.
that for ATVs and shit.
Look at that, right on the fucking river,
Yeah,
man.
Bro, you,
And
go
you
surf every day.
You could easily get like a jet boat or something like that on the river and have river patrol and yeah.
I mean, this is fucking sweet.
So we'll be like
That
the
is real
smokers
sweet.
from Waterworld.
Yes.
Like you can go all the way up to the top, up here. You got a little balcony right here at the front in one of the rooms.
Yep. That is sweet.
Damn, somebody did a good job on this. And it's like it says what it is, but it's let me see. Almost 3,000 square feet, three bedroom, 2 bath. Oh, I said 8 bedroom. I must have read that wrong. Damn, that's big for fucking 3
Yeah.
bedrooms.
Yeah.
Holy shit. There are a lot of rooms in there you could turn into other bedrooms.
So my apartment is like 550 square feet. So
And
it'd be
it's
like
on
6 of my apartments, basically.
You
and that
said
doesn't count
Montana?
outdoor space and whatever that other building is. And it's on 13 acres of land.
That's a pretty good spot.
Damn.
880.
Yep. I'm just saying, man. I think we could do it.
Like 10 of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's only 88,000 a piece, and
Yep.
I could throw down something and make
And then
it for the rest.
We can have like a couple of, we can have like a yurt here for somebody and a yurt here. And then somebody can put a yurt up here.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
3 extra people right there if anybody wants to live in a yurt. I'm just saying.
Who would want to live in a yurt when you have a castle underneath you? Like, goddamn it, I'm slumming it up here in my fucking shit
I
yurt.
can probably think of
You
one person.
motherfuckers have like fucking dining areas and like fucking like
No, it's just like an
steel
exten-
armored fucking guys standing around and shit.
No, it's just an extension, just like extra bedrooms. It's not like you can't go to the living room and watch TV and use the kitchen and all that shit. It's just like there's some people that would love to live in a fucking yurt or something. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there.
So Ray can live on the roof.
It'd be pretty fucking sweet, man.
That would be
Leonardo
cool.
Boo says, "Angry, what is your diet to lose weight? What foods?"
So I don't really have like strict foods I stick to. I just watch what my caloric intake is and what my protein intake is. Like those are my two biggest ones. So general rule of thumb is set yourself a goal weight, right? Whatever that goal weight is, like let's say it's 200 pounds. You want to take in 100 pounds, 10 calories for every pound. So if you're 200 pounds, you want to take in about 2,000 calories a day. And of that, you want to do 1 gram of protein for every pound of goal weight. So for me, 200 grams of protein a day, 2,000 calories. Those are the two things I stick to. And on the weekends and stuff, like I'll deviate here and there, obviously. But I just try not to go to extremes. Like if I'm going to have donuts or cake or something like that, I try not to overindulge on it. And then also on top of that, on top of your diet, like diet's the big thing, but on top of that, just try to get extra movement in every day. I realize like not everyone needs to go to the gym like I do, but if you can go for an extra 30-minute walk, go for a 30-minute walk, or just get up and do some push-ups. Like that little stuff will add up big time over time.
How much water you drink?
Me, I take in at least a gallon. So here in Arizona, like thankfully I live in the fucking desert, so it's easy for me to take in more than a gallon. Like especially during the summertime, I probably do 2 gallons a day. But I had to work myself up to force myself to a gallon of water a day. And in that, I'll also include like tea, coffee, as long as it doesn't have sweetener in it. And then what I do is because like plain water sometimes does get boring, I'll get those like Crystal Light packets and stuff and add those in. Yeah, just to help get my water down. But yeah, at least a gallon a day.
So with the tea and coffee, do you put no sugar in it at all?
Every now and then, like I'll put some like Sweet and Low or something like that in it, which I understand like artificial sugar, like some people are super against it. Caloric wise, it's really not going to hurt you, especially in small amounts. But like, so I used to drink several pots of coffee a day. I'm down to only a pot a day now. Just because I try to cut my caffeine a little bit here and there, but yeah.
Have you thought switching to decaf?
I've tried to, but like for me, I need that little bit of caffeine. Otherwise, I just get horrible freaking headaches. Like,
okay, usually that's how I just use more sugar since it don't have caffeine in it.
Yeah,
that gives you still like a little perk, and you just got the sugar in it, but no caffeine.
Yeah, my problem is I have such a high tolerance to stimulants from abusing them for so long, like pre-workouts and shit like that and fat burners for years. Like this is way before I lost a bunch of weight. Like back in high school days and stuff, that my tolerance is so high. So like I need that little bit of caffeine just to get a little ways. It's the weirdest, smallest riot shields I've ever seen.
Melbourne is popping the fuck off, huh?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Good for them.
Well, they don't have any guns to do anything, so they've been pushed around a lot harder than we have.
Release the emus.
Savage dropped $50. Thoughts on duplicate guns, i.e. Yankees 92s? I've got multiple AR-15s, and I think it's great for mag compatibility, like ammo similar. They all shoot the same shit, and like if a part breaks on one, you can steal a part from another and you still have one, versus if you only have like one of a gun and something breaks on it, then.
Okay, hold on. Back up there, cowboy. You have 2 guns. One breaks, one is fine. So you take the one that's fine and you break it to fix the other one. Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe one's your go-to and the
fire. But if they're the exact same gun, then the other one can instantly be your go-to.
Fine.
Yeah. No, here's the thing with duplicate guns. Like I'm all for duplicate guns if you can afford it. Like me, I don't have a great huge amount of money to buy duplicate guns, and there's too many guns that I want right now that I'm like, I want this gun and this gun. But if I had the money to and like I could buy extra, whatever, I'm trying to think of what I would have that would be duplicate outside my AR-15s, but like maybe like extra SKSs or like, yeah, do it up. Like
it also depends on what you like. like with Yankee, I don't think he has two identical Beretta 92s.
No, he just has like multiple Beretta. He has multiple iterations. Kind of like collecting like Pokemon cards.
Yeah, it's kind of like me and Honda with ARs or AKs.
Yeah,
or
like two guns are exactly.
Yeah, like I've got more than one Maverick 88 and more than one Mossberg 500. You know.
Yeah, it's just different iterations.
But they're set up differently. So.
Yeah.
And I know in one video he got so many guns, he bought a gun and didn't know he had one that was the same already. Yeah.
So I don't mind duplicate guns. I mean, you know, I think we all probably have some duplicate guns, if that's what you're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about identical guns, like you went out and bought, you know, two exact copy Glock 19 or something like that. Even that, I mean, that's fine. Like, why not?
Well, especially because it's like you're setting them up as kits or something like that, and that way, like, you know the same weapon system in all your kits or something like that. It makes sense.
Yeah, it handles the same manual of arms. Everything's the same.
Or maybe it's for, you know, your wife or whatever, or your kid, or, you know what I mean? Like, there are a bunch of good reasons to have duplicates of the same gun, even if it is legitimately directly identical.
Did my just pop on by itself?
Michigan FBI kidnapping plot. More agents / informants than plotters. FBI agents told informants to destroy evidence and blame innocent third party. Lead FBI agent beats his wife so badly that he couldn't cover it up. Now today, a bomb threat. I'll remain open-minded. I think what he's implying there is what was the guy's motivations, what brought him there, all that shit. You know, like, who knows in the fucking environment that we're in today.
I don't know. Everything they were reporting in the news was that he essentially, like, lost his shit. Like, he had, like, his mother died. He's had a bunch of other shit happen, like, all in a very short period of time. And he just kind of fucking snapped. Why he went to the Library of Congress, I don't know. Like, that's kind of an odd place to go if you want to threaten to blow something up. Like, really, the Library of Congress? Okay.
But no one suspects it, so, you know.
I guess, yeah.
We got a couple of women stealing California recall election ballots directly from the fucking thing in California.
Oh, by the way, real quick before I forget, just in case, if you get a chance to watch any movies between now and Monday, okay, Snake Eyes still on the list, Reminiscence, Paper Tigers, The Vault, and Sweet Girl.
I just watched The Suicide Squad.
You finally watched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just watched Paper Tigers.
Paper Tigers was great.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Paper Tigers?
Paper Tigers it's just a movie about three guys that grew up together, learning kung fu from their senpai, and then they haven't talked to each other in a long time, and now they're all old and out of shape, and their senpai is murdered, and they go off to try and find who did it. And it's part action, part kung fu action, part comedy.
Okay.
But it's a good movie, and it's on Netflix. And then so is Sweet Girl. That's the new one with Jason Momoa in it on Netflix.
Okay. There's a reason it was ringing a bell.
Those two are really good. And then also The Vault on Netflix is really good as well. Yeah. And then Snake Eyes. Oh,
which one's The Vault?
The Vault is one where it's like a heist movie that takes place in a bank in Spain. I don't want to give away any more than that.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the previews of it, but I never watched it.
It's good.
That's
and then
not the Army of the Dead prequel, is it? No.
No. This is a different one. Yeah.
Does that one have a dub over?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's all in English. Now, there is some people, it takes place in Spain, so there's people that speak Spanish in it, but it does subtitles whenever they're talking.
Okay.
But the main characters all speak English. So, and the Reminiscence is that new Hugh Jackman movie that just popped up on HBO Max. It's an odd movie with a couple twists. It's very, I don't know. It's weird.
It's very like something Hugh Jackman would want to do.
Yeah.
So did that thing have 3 stables too, Matt? Is that what Gun Library Garrett's talking about? Or is he talking about his own place? He's got 3 bedrooms and 3 stables.
I have no idea. I didn't remember it saying anything about stables. So this Australia where they're quarantining somebody?
Yeah, this is a father and daughter. I guess one of the two of them is COVID positive, and by law or whatever, or edict, or they have to be separated. And they're like, no, I don't want my daughter going away. And she's like, I don't want my dad to. And so they fucking start punching him and bring him down to the ground. She tries to get away. They fucking won't let her. She's like with the sound, she's screaming and bawling. Like, this is fucked up, dude.
I think it's time. I can't say what I want to say. Some bad things should happen to the people that go along with this.
Yeah,
because you're essentially you're a fucking Nazi. That's what you are. You're just like any fucking Nazi soldier, and that's just seeing bad shit happen. But you know what? You're a soldier getting a fucking paycheck, being taken care of, and you just go ahead and do the atrocious shit. Guess what happened to those fucking Nazis? I'm just saying, most of them got shot in the fucking face. Okay.
Well, and here's the thing, though, right? Like, they're all like, oh, it's okay to punch a Nazi. You got to stop Nazis. If you were in Nazi Germany, we would have been against Nazis. Well, you're in the 2021 version of Nazi America, and you are the Nazi. And you're claiming...
And they're cheering for it. They want this shit to happen.
You're claiming that you are fighting against the Nazis whilst being the Nazi. And then not even, like... There's some cognitive dissonance going on there that they can't fucking realize it, or the second that they do... Like, I was watching this thing, and I think it was in Portland, where there was, like, a group of people, and they were standing around and talking, and I think it was some kind of protest for something. I don't know what it was. I didn't read enough into it. And then these fucking Antifa motherfuckers just come up, and they're, like, chanting and walking, and they've got fucking shields and masks and stuff, and they just start throwing fucking huge-ass fucking fireworks at these people who were just standing there. Like, this little girl had a fucking huge fucking firework explode, like, right next to her. The mom was fucking pissed, bro. She gets fucking pissed. And these people are like, whoa, they got, like, a shield and stuff. They're, like, backing off.
Oh, no, she interrupted. I just posted it on Twitter. She interrupted a fucking live news feed later that day, and it got posted to Twitter, where she walks up in front of a live news feed, or actually, I think it's, like, the next day, and she's like, did you see? It's just like, it wasn't the fucking Proud Boys. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It was the Black Bloc Antifa that threw explosives near my daughter's face. Guess what? My daughter's black. They don't care about black lives. It was a bunch of white Antifa protesters throwing bombs at black people. And she's like, and it wasn't the fucking Proud Boys doing it. And she spent like 5 minutes ranting. It's on Twitter. She spent like 5 minutes fucking ranting in front of the news camera. While they were like, ma'am, I'm sorry, this is not your interview. We're trying to do... And she's like, I don't care. You're at fault too, because you won't fucking tell people this shit. You won't tell people what's really going on. Antifa is the fucking problem. It's not Proud Boys. It's not white supremacy. Okay? It's a bunch of white motherfuckers throwing bombs next to little black kids. And they've been doing it for 2 years. And she fucking goes off on this news station.
Yeah, it's great, dude. Honestly, like... And that's the thing. It sucks in the world that we're in today that based upon your identity of which groups you belong to means that you're allowed to speak or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes someone who has the correct check marks, i.e. black woman. And like, there's nothing wrong with being a black woman. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in order to stand up and have a stance against what's going on and not be immediately shut down and shut up and fucking booed and stuff, you have to have...
Well, it's not even that. Now being black is not enough, because she was sitting there talking to him. She's like, because she was talking to one of the reporters, and one of the reporters happened to be one of the reporters that covers all this stuff that's going on in downtown Portland. And she's like, I went to you with this story. I went to you and I went to 3 other news stations, and not one of you wanted to do this story, which is why I have to come up here and fucking get in the middle of this shit. Because they didn't care that she was black and that her kids were black. They're more worried about listening to the white liberal shitheads with the fucking Antifa get-ups than they are a woman who's black with her black children and like fucking I don't know. It's fucked up. They don't give a shit because she doesn't have the right ideology. Therefore, she's not good enough. She's clearly what is it that they're calling Larry Elder, the black face of white supremacy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, because you can be black, but you can't disagree.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's like Biden said, if you don't know whether you're voting for him or Trump, then you ain't black, I guess.
Yeah.
You're not the right type of black person. So There you go.
You upset Gun Library Garrett angry.
And black people voted for that.
Why did I upset them? Oh. No, I didn't.
No tequila and candy for dinner.
You can have tequila and candy, but just in very much moderation. As long as you hit those other two numbers, if you want to fill in the rest of it with tequila and candy, go for gold.
I feel like Gun Library Garrett works enough hours, probably doing hard shit, that he can eat whatever the fuck he wants.
Probably.
Leonardo Vu says, would you stick your PP in an SKS for the castle?
I might.
It'd be a tempting offer.
It would be. It would be. I mean, I think, I might get a little bruised up and cut up, but I think it'd be okay.
Yeah, I think it would survive.
They reattached Bobbitt, or what the fuck? Yeah, Lorena
John
Bobbitt.
Wayne Bobbitt.
John Wayne Bobbitt's fucking penis after she cut it off.
Yeah, I don't think it would cut it off. I really don't.
No.
I think you might get some cuts and some bruises and shit.
It'd be
but,
sore for a while, but
I think you'd be fine. You know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna it's not gonna cut it off. You're not gonna get ED from it. Like, it's gonna be like, a couple weeks, no nookie, but you're gonna get an $800,000 castle. So
you'll be fine with that. Yeah.
I mean, it might be a fair trade.
Gun Library Garrett also dropped in $5. Said that 12-year-old getting maced in Australia for no mask really got me emotional. I didn't.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
The stuff that I'm
I've seen
seeing in
that.
Australia, I want to just. Have you ever wanted to? I don't know if you ever have. I've got the opportunity to do it one time where you were just so mad at somebody that you got them on the ground and just punched them in the face so much, so often that it was a 50-50 shot that you might have killed them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So that's what those cops deserve. They just deserve to be pummeled in the face over and over and over and over again to the point that they're probably going to have brain damage.
Have you ever seen Red, like literally?
Yes. I've also gotten to the point where I didn't know what the fuck I don't remember. I've gotten so pissed off that I don't remember things that happened.
Yeah, same.
So,
Yeah, same.
Like I had it. It was more than a flash because it lasted for like, I don't know how long, maybe a minute, And in the beginning of the minute, I was going towards a guy and I was going to beat the fucking shit out of him. At the end of that minute of seeing Red, he had the look of I'm about to get murdered in his eyeballs, and I was squeezing the life out of his fucking neck. And I was like, oh, I should probably not kill you, and I let go.
I've managed to be in that position before, and the one time that I stopped it, because I really was like, it's the time that I can most definitely say I would have actually killed somebody and ended up in fucking jail.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I stopped it is I had a fucking knife in my pocket, and I went to grab it, and I pulled it out and I snapped it open. You do that one-handed snap open like that, and I was right in front of the dude, and like this fucking wave of like danger, Will Robinson, fucking went through my brain, and I took the knife and I jammed it in my arm in front of his face, and I said, if I'm willing to do this to myself, what the fuck do you think I'm going to do to you? And he turned around and ran back to his car. And I saved myself from going to prison that day.
Oh, dude.
And then I went and got stitches and and I went
Like
home.
with mine, like it was weird. As I was coming out of it, I saw like two divergent paths, right? And it was like one path where like I get to be a dad to my kids, and, like all this stuff. And then this other path where it's like prison.
Yeah.
And I saw very clearly, you have a choice right now. We're letting you choose which one you want. It's like a fucking create your own storybook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except for I read ahead a chapter in each of the books. And and I was like, I just let him go.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I was going to kill him. I was literally going to kill this motherfucker.
Mine, the only thing that stopped me was thankfully I was with a group of friends, and two of them were much bigger than me. So they were able to physically grab me off of the person and carry me away. Although I was like fighting and scrapping the entire time. And then finally, like, the cloudiness had faded and I realized I was being carried away, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm good now. I'm good.
See, I had a friend that loved to see me get pissed off and start shit. And he was like way fucking bigger than me. I mean, he's about my height, you know what I mean? Like we're both about the same height, but he's a big dude. And growing up, I've known this dude since I was like 11 or 12 or something. And his name's also Matt. And we were good friends all the way up until, honestly, till I moved down here when I was 25. And his thing was, because I was, and I think I've told this story before, but just to give an example, I always been, and I'm not really like this anymore, but when I was younger, I was that guy. Like we would go to the arcade, and there's this one time, it was just these types of stories that he would love to tell and remind me of later on, where like we were playing Street Fighter, and we're like 14, 15, and 14, something like that. And these two dudes who are clearly much larger than me come up behind us and put like quarters on the Street Fighter thing, Actually, it wasn't Street Fighter. Yeah. It was Final Fight, which was the precursor to Street Fighter. So it's Final Fight, and I'm trying to get through to the end of the game, and because it's not a fighting game per se. It's kind of like Double Dragon, so there's like I want to get to the end, and we're playing, and they come up and they're like, we got next, and I fucking put another quarter in because I want to continue playing my game because it gives you 10 seconds to continue. So boom, continue. And I had done this a couple of times, and they're obviously getting pissed off because they want to play. And they say they put their quarter up on the edge of the arcade like we used to do back then, and like, hey man, we got next. Don't put in another quarter. And then I just kind of shook my head or whatever. I kept playing, and then I died in the next level. And I pulled a quarter out of my pocket. I turned around. I looked this huge ass dude in the face. I held the quarter up in front of his face, turned around and put it in the machine and kept playing. And so my friend, this other Matt, loved for me to do these things because he loved to fight. But what he also loved is he loved to see me fight to the point that he would have to physically remove me, which he easily could because he was a very, very large dude. Like this dude at like 17, because he was a couple years older than me. So like we're hanging out. I'm like 14. He's 16 or 17. Like at 17, he's like, 310 pounds. Right. And strong as shit. And like, he's a big motherfucker. And I'm like, at that point in time in my life, I don't know, 130, 140 at 14, maybe. Not even that. I don't even fucking know. So he could easily remove me. But he loved to see me get riled up, and then he would wait until I got too pissed off, and then he would stop it. But he would just sit there and laugh. He thought it was fucking hilarious. That's the kind of friends I grew up with.
Yeah. So similar to that, like one of the guys that pulled me off, he's older than me by 4 or 5 years, and at the time, he's like Brock Lesnar size. Like he looks like a younger Brock Lesnar. Like he was also juiced to the gills at this time. And make fun of me for all you want at this, but we were going to a Lil Wayne concert that was being held.
I actually don't have a problem with Lil Wayne. I've heard this dude like in interviews and stuff, and he actually seems like a pretty cool dude.
Well,
I don't know about his music, but I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't remember much about this outing because we were all drinking pretty heavily beforehand. And this guy, like my buddy, his name was ironically Matt. We used to get into fights. Like this was early 20s. He used to love to watch me get into fights because he loved to fight. And I like to get scrappy too, like young, 21, 22, like think I'm tough shit, right? And so we were at this Lil Wayne concert, and we had gotten to a couple little scraps, but we always knew when to stop fighting, right? And we're sitting there, like we had already gotten to a couple fights and like moved amongst the crowd. And there's this kid in front of us that was maybe like top 16. Like I'm probably thinking closer, 14, 15. And these three guys just jump him. And like this is right in front of us on the lawn. And they're kicking him, and one of them like starts stomping on his head, and he just goes limp. And they're still like kicking him and like punching him and stomping on him and shit. And he's just limp on the ground. And at that point, it's like, yo, like we're yelling at them to cut the shit out. And they're just like, fuck you, what you gonna do about it? So at that point, I'm like, all right, like you basically killed this kid. So I go in, I just start swinging. And that's when like, I don't know why at that moment I chose to go red. Like I've just never seen someone like, this was essentially a kid that you were beaten into a coma for all I know.
Yeah.
So I just start laying into him. And my buddy, like, he jumps in, my buddy Matt, and I had another buddy there, Dustin, he's a little bit bigger than me. And I'm just going to town. All of a sudden, I guess, like, I was beating these kids up to, like, one of them was out cold on the ground. The other two, like, I'm holding down, just clobbering on. And so that's when Matt and Dustin grabbed me and, like, started dragging me off because they're like, no, you're going to kill these kids if you keep going. So.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I was, and, you know, chalk it up to shitty childhood or whatever, but I was a very angry kid. Like, very, very angry all the time and very, I don't know. I was an asshole. I was what you would describe as a child as an asshole. I was an asshole child. Like, if you can call a child an asshole, that was me.
Yeah.
And no, you know, it's just I had a lot of temper problems growing up because of it. And again, you know, shitty childhood, no dad, whatever. I don't fucking care. But, you know, I mean, it was just like, and I basically stayed that way. It took me, like, I was still, I mean, goddamn, I was probably 30 before I stopped being an asshole completely. Don't know why my wife married me when she did, because it was before then. But, you know, I don't know, man. It was a whole thing. And I was always getting into fights, always doing stuff. I mean, I don't do any of that shit anymore. I can't remember the last time I was in a fight because I avoid that shit. I mean, I'm fucking 44, man. I don't want to get in no fucking fights. I will say, however, but like if something was going on with a kid, it's the one thing that would absolutely make me go beat somebody's fucking ass.
The last time I got in a
like
fight was because of a fucking kid, because I was at a party and we're all hanging out. It was like my buddy that I worked with was moving to Vegas and was like kind of having like a goodbye party and like selling his truck and doing all this shit and invited me to the party. So I show up, like he's an Asian guy and like I was like the only white guy there. And like it was a day that I had my kids and he was like, yeah, dude, bring your kids. Everything's cool. Like it'll be fine. And like they were the only kids there and it was really awkward. So I was just going to have like a beer and leave, you know, kind of thing. Like they're not having fun. And like, I'm more about them having fun than me having fun. So if they're not having fun, we're out. Anyway, I'm being polite. I'm finishing my beer. And one of his friends is just like fucking wasted, dude. And he starts fighting with someone in the corner. And then they start fighting and it moves over towards me. And they take like, he took a step towards my kids. And I just fucking grabbed him and I put him on the fucking ground and like 4 punches in the face. And I grabbed him and I fucking took him outside, threw him out front, like came back down all fucking sweaty. Like, come on, boys, we're going.
Yeah, for me, it's...
Sorry to ruin your Black Panther party.
Sorry, ruin your Black Panther party. For me, it's kids or like blatant abuse to win. Like, and there's a line, right? Because like being in a bar, like there's times girls are just bitches, and like some dude's like, "You're a bitch," and it's like, yeah, she probably deserved that. Not always, but sometimes. But like there was times, like one of the fights we got into, we beat the shit out of this guy. We're at this little dive bar. And we go to leave, and this guy's outside just, like, smacking the shit out of this lady. Like, she's not fighting back at all. She's crying, all this. He's just wailing on her. We're like, dude, what the fuck? He was like, don't fucking come over here. I'll fuck you. And, like, scrawny little, like, cokehead guy. And we're like, all right. So, like, it was, again, me and Matt go, and we just tuned this guy up. And he stopped beating the lady, so... we kind of felt like we did our job. Like, she was very thankful, but...
The last fight that I got in...
How thankful was she?
Oh, not that thankful, because neither one of us were sober enough to have taken advantage of that if we wanted to. but
the last fight that I got into was because of my motorcycle, right? I was riding my bike, and then this motherfucker, like, does some shit that almost kills me, right? And... I'm pissed off because I almost died because you're a fucking piece of shit and you're not paying attention and you did. So it took me a second. I got like caught up with him. There's a red light. I pull up next to him. I'm like, bro, you almost fucking killed me. And blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, fuck you, you fucking fuck. Right? And like motions for me to pull over. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm pulling over. Like I'm pissed off enough. You're a piece of shit. Like you didn't apologize. You're gonna fucking be sorry. I fucking, pull over to this parking lot. He pulls in behind me. I kick down my fucking kickstand and get off my bike. He opens his door, comes walking over, fucking shoves me, right? And I take a step back because he shoved me, and then I act like I'm going to shove him back, and he gets all braced like, oh, you're going to shove me back. And I just grab him and go, "Kuh!" with my fucking helmet right into his face.
Dude, have you ever actually headbutt somebody without a helmet on? It hurts like that's bullshit in the fucking movies. I did that one time.
Yeah,
a dude grabbed me from behind, and I just instinctively threw my head back. And I got him right in the fucking nose, but goddamn, I had a headache for the rest of the fucking day. It fucking killed me. You can't do that shit in real life. I'm sorry.
No, it
That's
rings your bell. I
bullshit.
think it rings their bell more, but it still rings your bell, and you're like, ugh.
Because you get to control what part of head you're
I'll
using.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I said, I got him on the nose, but still.
It works pretty well when you're wearing a helmet.
When you're wearing a helmet, it works
you're
fucking.
wearing a helmet,
Dude,
yeah.
well, I've told you the story before about the dude's whose fucking window I shattered when he made me lay my bike down. I fucking just grabbed that helmet by the chin and just whack, because he liked to fucking kill me. And like I laid my fucking brand new fucking bike down. I'd only had it for like fucking 3 months. And I was pissed. He fucking was terrified. I in that moment I felt really bad because I had just fucking shattered his fucking driver's side window, and he's just sitting there like, I'm sorry. Like he knew he fucked up, and I was just like, I think I just did some sort of like primal like, ah! And I turned around and I went back and I picked my fucking bike up, and he fucking hauled ass out of there. I was just like, God damn it.
Well, for me, I went forehead to forehead. That was a thing. That was yeah.
That's
you
one
gotta
of
go for
those
like the
moments where you're
nose or
like,
something.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where it's like, this is gonna hurt me as much as it's gonna hurt you.
Well, I was like taller than him, so I went down, forehead, and I caught forehead with the forehead.
Mm.
It was.
It's
was
not.
horrible.
It's not like they make it look in the movies. People don't try that shit.
No. I don't know. For me, like I stopped like trying to get into fights and like really kind of cooled myself down. Honestly, right around when I started carrying, because at that point I knew I had that extra responsibility. And like the last time I even came close, I think, to getting into a fight was 2017, and it's when we were all out at, again, like a local bar. It was all for St. Patrick's Day, and there's this drunk Canadian, and I only know he was Canadian because he was really proud about telling us he was Canadian. Dude that was just like, he was annoying the shit out of our group of friends, like kept trying to dance and hit with one of our engaged friends, and like her boyfriend's like trying to stop this shit, and he's getting ready to fight, and I'm like, fuck, if you fight, like they're gonna kick you out, and then she's gonna be pissed because then she has to leave, and all her friends are here, and I'm here, and like it's just gonna cause a clusterfuck. So I'd rather take the rep for this. So like I'm trying to keep him away, and this dude keeps coming over and like coming into the circle, and he starts grabbing one of her friends and shit, and so she's getting pissed, and then her fiance is getting pissed. So finally I just grab this guy by the neck and start walking him out, and I'm like, I remember yelling at him, I'm saving you right now, and like I shove him back into the crowd, and then he starts coming over again, and finally I just like grab him and like that buddy around the headlock type thing, like around the shoulder, and I'm like, we're going to the bar and getting a drink, and like I basically like choke drag him over to the bar, I bought him a drink, like it was nice, I bought him a drink, and I'm like, you're going to stand here and drink this and not come over there anymore, because I've warned you twice now, if you come over a third time, you're not leaving here with all your teeth in your mouth. And somehow through his drunk brain he got that, and he stopped messing with our group. But I think that was the last time I even came close to a confrontation.
One time, this is when the kids were little, so this is probably 10 years ago, something like that. I was walking with my kids across a McDonald's parking lot to get to the, to go to McDonald's. Anyway, so we're going across the parking lot, and this guy in this fucking SUV comes screaming through the parking lot, sees us, doesn't even hit his brakes. I'm holding the kid's hand as we're walking across the fucking road, right? It's not even a road. It's like the fucking whatever.
Parking lot.
Yeah. So I have to grab them both, pick them up, and move them in front of me, and like kind of like run as I'm going to get out of the way of the car. And I yell at the motherfucker. I'm like, you fucking piece of fucking shit, slow the fuck down. And this 300-pound black man stops his car and gets out. he's like, "What'd you say?" And I looked at the kids. I turned around and I'm like, "Sit down on the curb. Daddy's gonna be right back." And I go up to the guy and I'm like, "I told you, you piece of fucking shit, to slow the fuck down. You almost ran over me and my fucking kids in a fucking McDonald's parking lot. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit." And I took my shirt off and I was ready to fight, bro. Like, I was like fucking like full Johnny King mode, bro. Like, we're ready for this shit. And he saw the fire in my eye. I was working out a lot back then, like I was like 29 years old at that point, you know? Like, you didn't fuck with me. No one did. I don't care if you're a 300-pound black man. Well, he backed down. What the fuck is up with this webcam chat thing tonight, dude?
I'm just trying to figure out why you had to bring up that he was black, man. What did that matter?
Oh, and by the way, in the service industry,
Because that means he was scary looking.
in the service industry, if you say that, hey, table 12 and they're Canadian, do you know what that means?
That they're Canadian?
That they're cheap.
That they're black.
Because no Canadian will ever get mad for calling them a Canadian. It's true, dude. I didn't make that shit up. Don't get mad at me for telling you things. I did not make it up.
It's horrible.
Well, it is what it is. Why do you think that's an industry standard thing to say? Because it's always so great? Think about it. It sucks, man. That's all I'm going to say. Not always.
What? Well, you have to say Canadian. Why can't you say Croatian? Like, I'm sure a Croatian person isn't offended if you call him Croatian. Like,
why don't you just say Negro?
well, because if you say that and it's a full moon, then the Yankee Marshal won't transform.
Jesus.
That's weird. I don't know, man. Shit's been crazy at work lately, though. I'll tell you guys that. I think there was a fight the other night. Fucking, it was like 3 employees and a manager all got punched. Like, this 90-pound chick got fucking, like, grabbed by the throat and pushed up against a fucking, like, a game. You know? Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It's getting weirder and weirder every month.
I think at least at your work, like, the amount of times you guys have fights and disputes, you should have, like, a small little ring and, like, you can throw steak knives in there or something and just be like, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Well, there was the night that, this was years ago, there was the night that there were 2 Hispanic gangs, both celebrating for different reasons at my work at the same time. And, like, one gang got wind that the other gang was there. So the one gang guy picked up a steak knife from his dinner, walked over to the leader of the other gang, and was like, with a steak knife. And the other guy's like, getting cuts all over his fucking arms. There was blood everywhere, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, webcams again, dude. What in the fuck is going on? That's starting to piss me off. It's like the 17th time that shit's popped up and I fucking blocked them or someone's blocked them and they just come on again.
And this time nobody brought up Night Strike's name, so it might not be him.
Well, you just did. It's coming back now.
Yeah.
I think at this point you've just at least got to try it out. You know, go to webcams-chat.com and just see what the fuck's there. The
artist formerly known as Deegan says, I worked at an Asian restaurant and they said Canadian too. It's an industry thing, dude. I'm telling you, it's not me. It's the industry. I just happen to have worked there for so long that it's,
what,
you know.
What happens if you try out that link and it's just Night Strike in a blue dress?
Oh, yes, you've got to do it now. Show us.
Well, I blocked them all. I can't. Oh, wait, there's some up here.
It just says webcams-chat.com. It's not like it's...
Let's see. Webcams. Oh, this is going to fucking make them be like, it's successful. We need to do this on everyone's chat.
They do already do it on everybody's, right?
webcams-chat.com. Looking for hot hookups tonight in Littleton. Yeah, no. It's all in Russian. Look at this shit, bro.
Yeah, mine just says, looking for sex tonight in your area? Are you older than 18? And then it says, fuck me. And that's all it says.
Girls are waiting. Hurry. You have 40 seconds left until... I don't know what happens in 40 seconds. It's just a countdown.
I don't know.
Well, there you go, webcam girl fucking chat thing. I'm not clicking.
Nice try, ATF.
Is there a place to sign up for emails? Because I think we should put nightstrike@gmail.com.
A young savage used to headbutt teammates in football practice without his helmet while they had theirs on. It's all about technique. Actually, if you do, it's like the very top of your head right here. You can hit shit pretty hard right there, and it doesn't hurt too bad. But if you get your forehead, where Leo was talking about, not so good. And yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was distracted by the webcam super chat, not super chat. Webcam fucking thing going on. I need to drink more. Fuck this shit.
We were all just distracted by the racism in the service industry. That's what we were distracted
Well,
by.
I mean, if you had to deal with the anti-racism in the service industry, maybe you would say Canadian too.
My question is, what if you get someone that's Canadian with like a really thick accent that's like, oh yeah, say sorry.
Here's the
Do
thing,
you guys
though, right?
go back and say something different?
Here's the thing, though, right? Canadian or not, I always go up to every person individually and treat them as nice as I possibly can and do everything I can for them from beginning to end and earn the tip.
Oh, you want to earn a tip?
Yep.
And it doesn't matter who you are or what preconception I might have about you, because it's been often enough that whatever preconception you have is wrong, that it makes it worth it to put in the effort every single time. That being said, when it's Canadians, it is a thing that happens where you don't get tips and you have problems and things suck. It is a cultural thing, I think, where like you expect to have shit go wrong when you go out, and so you just kind of, I don't know what it is, dude. I'm not sure what it's a cultural thing, though. I'll tell you that. It's not.
There is somebody you could ask.
Leo. How do you treat the waiter when you go out, and how do you tip?
You know what? I actually probably tip like the actual amount. You know, like the actual like recommended amount. It probably say on like the receipt or some shit. Like, because they give you like an option. They have, like recommended, then so on and so forth. Right. I usually just do like the recommended amount. And my cousins do it too. I know my cousin used to be a bartender. When we always go out, we always make sure that we tip. So I don't know about everybody else.
It happens often enough where like people are cool, right? So you just be cool to everybody that you can, because chances are like it'll work out in the end. But if you're going by statistical numbers, yeah, you have a much higher chance of having shit go bad. I feel like I'm digging a hole here.
You are.
I'll just shut up. All right.
Right. I know in my family in particular, like when we all go out, we make sure that we tip the waitresses and bartenders.
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with where you live. Because, I mean, now, granted, I never worked in the service industry as long as you did. I did it a couple times here and there. But, like, the most of the time that I worked in the quote-unquote service industry, i.e. working off of tips, was I have fairly often, I mean, not, but, like, between, like, 16 and, I don't know, mid to late 20s, if I ever needed extra cash, I would go get a job delivering pizza. And I've worked for every major pizza fucking company you can think of at one point in time or another. Sometimes for a couple months, sometimes for a year, whatever. Just need to make some extra cash. And I've never noticed a difference in tips for pizza.
I feel like pizza's different because there's this understanding, like you're driving your car and, like all this other stuff and dealing with traffic, and I didn't want to do it. And like, the tip is expected, I think, even more with a delivery driver than it is with a server.
Maybe.
Because there's people who say, like, and I've heard this, I don't tip. Like, I don't believe in tipping. And they'll go out and they'll get drinks and they won't tip, and everyone who works there hates them, right? And it doesn't, like, you could be, like, a white guy in a suit and not tip, and we're going to fucking hate you, right? It has nothing to do with any, like, cultural or, like, melanin fucking content, nothing like that, bro. It's, I'm working and it's for you, and you're not going to fucking give me the little bit of money to do it. Like, fuck off. I'm not doing it again. Like, as a bartender, when you have, like, 50 people at your bar, right? You don't tip me on your first drink. I've got 49 other people that I have to get to before I'm even thinking about getting back to you. And even then, I might get to some of them twice before I get back to you because they tip me good, you know? And that's just the way it works. When you're a waiter, you don't have as many people. Like, you're getting less tips, but potentially bigger because you have a bigger tab. It's not just 2 drinks and closing out. It's, 6 drinks, appetizers, dinner, and dessert, and a $200 tab, right? And so if they don't tip you on a $200 tab, it's way worse than you getting 2 drinks and not tipping, because that's like 10% of the money that I'm supposed to make that night, and I didn't get any of it.
My strategy for getting a drink at a bar: have a $20 bill folded in half in your hand and say,
Yeah.
I need drinks. And they go, okay.
If you have your ID and money, or if you have your ID and your credit card in your hand, and like, we see that and know that you know what's going on. Especially if you're making eye contact and not like looking around and stuff. Oh, and this is the worst. Like, you're busy as fuck, right? You got like 50 people at your bar. You're trying to get to the next person. You're trying to get to the next person. You get to the next person. They're like, I don't know. What's good? I don't know. What do you fucking want? What do you think is good? Why don't you figure that out and you let me know? That's kind of the thing about like ordering a drink. I don't know what's good to you. I like Bloody Marys. Do you like Bloody Marys? No, that's spicy. Well, then I don't know what's good. You tell me what's good. Fuck off. What kind of beer do you have? These kinds behind me that you've been sitting there staring at for 10 minutes, tapping your fucking fingernails on the bar, waiting for me to get to you, and now you don't fucking know, or have your ID out, or know that you have to pay money at some point? Fuck you. I'm not coming back. Sorry. It's the way it
I like
is.
how Honda tells us how he really feels.
You need to start a channel all about just bitching about the shit that people in the service industry go through.
Yes.
Service industry stories. Tales of a bartender. Whatever. Call it something.
It's
I'm
just
telling you,
rough.
people would watch that shit just to see somebody bitch about the shit.
The bartender and the restless.
Well, the problem is that, like, there are people out there who have empathy and who realize things are going on that aren't them, right? But there's a lot of people out there who just, like, have that attitude of, like, I'm paying money, so I get whatever I want, whenever I want it. I can be as rude as I want. I can do what, they just have that fucking attitude. And you deal with enough of those people, and the clientele that, like, we attract tends to be a higher percentage of those people, and it gets to the point where you just want to pull your fucking hair out, bro. That's why I can only work 3 or 4 days a week there, because if I worked more than that, like, things would, like, I would degrade.
Well, and again, and that's another thing, is because of where you work, as opposed to some other places you could work where the clientele might be different. You get such a wide variety.
Right. And that's the thing, dude. Like, it is, you get some of the best people. Like, I had this lady the other night, bro. She thought she lost her phone, right? Like, she left it on the table and they went to go play games while their food was being made. And, like, the table next to her saw that she left her phone on the table, and they were like, oh, fuck, let's just grab it and we'll give it back to her when she comes back so no one fucking steals it, I guess was what happened. Well, she comes to me and she's like, hey, did you, like, take my phone off my table? I'm like, no, sorry. And then, like, as I was cleaning up, like I remembered seeing that there was a phone somewhere over there. I'm like, did you maybe leave it up there? And she was like, maybe. And so like I ran up there and I grabbed it and brought it back to her and then like talked to the table next to her. Like we found her phone, right? Like I like went out of my way to help this lady. Well, she gave me a $200 tip, right? I was like, oh my fucking God, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Like, and I kind of went into like talking about like some of this shit that I've been dealing with lately and like how it's like so cool that people would do that, like she didn't have to. And then she ordered a Sprite for her kid and then gave me another $100 bill. And I'm like, you don't like take this back. I don't need it. Like you totally gave me more. And she's like, no. And then she ordered a shot and gave me another $100 bill. And I'm like, like, okay, this is why I do this instead of other things. It can go either way, dude. And that's why you have to treat everybody every time as nice as you can and do everything. Go out of your way. They lose their phone. Go try to find it. Help them out. If you don't think that they're going to tip you, I mean, maybe they won't, but maybe if you go out of your way, they'll surprise you. So that's what I do.
Dude, someone said they're a bartender in the French Quarter. Whew, that got to be rough.
Oh God! Can you imagine being a bartender in Mardi Gras?
No.
Oh
No.
Well, that's why they're assholes, and they can be assholes. Like, at my job, I can't be an asshole. Like, I can't be like, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. Like, I have to be like, oh, manager, this guy he was cussing at me and stuff. And then the manager has to come over, and then they have to be mean to the manager, and then the manager has to be like, get out, right? Like, they can be mean as fuck to me, and this has happened a lot too, bro, where the person's like, blah, 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 like, fuck you, da-da-da, you don't even do your job well, suck it, da-da-da. And then you go to your manager like, dude, this guy is just fucking an asshole, and he's drunk, and he's being and the manager comes over, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, like, how are you tonight? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, like, he was nice to me, like, fuck me. And then you come back over, they're like, ha, 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 ha. God damn it, dude. It's rough.
Yeah. So she gave you a bunch of tips. Did you give her a tip? Because obviously that's what she wanted. She was trying to pay for it.
I actually ended up making someone jealous.
Oh.
Because of this situation, which I then had to remedy and smooth over later. She kissed me, bro. Like, I was like, oh, hey. And she's just like, wah. And it was right in front of somebody who didn't need to see that.
The stuff you can do before COVID.
Yeah. I mean, she obviously wanted some dick. I'm just saying. Like, you don't tip that much money unless you're expecting to get some dick out of it.
Yeah,
right,
she was expecting her own tip.
But you can't slip the dick in when you're dicking someone else. You know what I mean?
Who happens to be there also?
Who happens to be watching the whole situation go down.
It's a trap.
She didn't end up being mad at me, but I had to be like, look, like, here's what happened. I mean,
you have to cover your bases. I get it.
Bitch, did you see what she gave me? What was I supposed to do?
I don't know, man. But I don't know, like, all the kids are back in school now, so we've been kind of slow lately. So,
oh, my kids are out of school now because my youngest. Oh, you know this. I mean, it was in the group text, but my youngest apparently spent the whole week sitting next to a kid who had COVID. And they just got diagnosed yesterday. And so this morning, the principal calls my wife and says, look, she's going to, if she stays non-symptomatic, she can come back in 10 days. Or you can go get a test. And if she hasn't tested positive, as I'm always like, we're not fucking shoving that goddamn thing up her nose. No, she can just stay home for 10 days and they're going to send her assignments. She can just work from home. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, she's been in the house. So now I've got to keep my other daughter home from school because they're in the same school district and they would absolutely know. They share information. And so, yeah, now my daughter. And here's the thing. So on the phone, and the principal, and I don't think he meant to say this because he didn't realize, but he was talking to us and he says, he was because my wife had him on speakerphone. And he's like, okay, yeah, well, in that class, I think only one kid doesn't wear a mask, so it should be okay. And I'm like, yeah, that's my daughter, motherfucker. Like, she's the one not wearing a mask because we don't send her to school with a fucking mask because they can't enforce that. And he was telling that story, not realizing he must, because I think probably somebody just said, oh, there's only one kid in the class that doesn't wear a mask. And I'm like, so the only kid in class that doesn't wear a mask is the one you're having to call because she got exposed to somebody who did wear a mask who does have COVID. I'm like,
Okay.
God damn it, man. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you fucking people?
10 points to anyone who knows what this is a photo of.
Is it what?
Who is this woman in this photo?
I don't know. The chick from The Ring?
That's what I'm guessing.
Right, that's what I was thinking of.
I have no idea. Oh, wait. No. Is this Ruby Ridge?
Yep.
Oh,
Vicky
yeah.
Weaver.
Yes.
Vicky
Yep.
Weaver.
Yep.
That was her a day before she got shot by the fucking ATF.
I mean, it does also look like the lady from The Ring, so.
There's that.
Let me address FNG Storman in the chat. So, the experience that I had with COVID was the dude jammed a fucking thing up my fucking nose so hard that I had a headache for 3 days.
God damn.
And I'm not going to do that to my daughter. So, it was either take her to get a test, and if she tests negative, she can come back to school, or keep her home from 10 days and they'll send her assignments. Just fucking keep her home and send the assignments. I don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, my kids will get to stay home for 10 days and they'll get sent their assignments via email and they still do their schoolwork. So, yeah, I don't, yeah.
I really like this from the artist formerly known as Deegan. I was a high school dropout for nearly 10 years. People are horrible. I worked the worst job in the world. I got mad enough that I got a GED and an associate's degree. Now 90% done to be a teacher.
Nice. We need more teachers who aren't fucking like left-tarded assholes.
Right. I agree. And that's why that's good. See, that's the thing that that the left did correctly back in the 60s was integrate into the education system so that they could train the future generations.
Well, not only that, they started actively involving the government in education with grants, and like it was before the 1970s, give or take. Like everything that happened in your child's school was completely controlled by the school district and the PTA. That was it. Federal government didn't come in. They didn't step in and control anything on a local level in schools. There was no money going from the federal government to schools. That all got fucked up starting in the 1970s, and it was a huge fucking clusterfuck.
As someone who used to be a after schools teacher, I would never go back.
It's got to be a shit show, man.
Oh, it was.
Koliad Noor says, the Taliban literally has American assault rifles while Biden and his administration are trying to ban Americans from owning AR-15s.
Yeah, it's bullshit. There's all kinds of memes about it, but at the core, it's all fucking absolutely true. Like, they just left all this weaponry there for the Taliban, fucking terrorists, but they want to say we can't own these guns because I guess we're more dangerous than the Taliban? Is that the message we're supposed to get from this shit?
Somehow
ridiculous.
I thought there was a lot more people that lived in Afghanistan. There's only like it's 20 million, 22 million?
38 million and some change.
Oh, is it?
Yep. I already looked this up the other day.
Fine, I'll believe you.
I mean, you can look it up. It's going to be the same answer. It's
Does this look
38
like
point whatever million. What?
Does this look like angry?
No.
Apparently, someone said that looks like me.
Yeah.
Jesus
You had
Christ,
to be here earlier.
Do you only jack off with one arm? What the fuck? Like, and that's like all you do when you go to the gym. You just work. It's like that dude from Lady in the Water. Remember that?
Oh my god!
Am I the only one?
Like Homer Simpson.
Like that was his thing. He was trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records for only working out one side of his body. Like that was his whole shtick in the movie. Was he was just this weird dude who lived in the apartment complex who only just fucking did curls and shit and all that stuff with one side. He only worked out one fucking side, his right side. It was fucking weird as shit.
Yeah, there was that episode of The Simpsons where Homer did that, and they put him in arm wrestling contests, and he'd walk in
Yeah.
like with his left arm all like weak and small, and be like, "Oh."
And then there was Quagmire when he first
Yeah.
discovered porn on the internet. I think he probably didn't leave the house for like 2
Like
weeks or
3
something like
weeks
that.
or something.
Yeah.
I need to go back inside, guys. Or Morty when he went to the wasteland planet or whatever.
Oh Jesus, man! I'm waiting for those last 2 episodes. We got to wait like 3 weeks before they come back.
Yeah.
I'm a little pissed. Waiting for the final 2. I want to see them. Are they going to drop on the same night, or are they going to make us wait a week apart? I hope they drop them on the same
Oh
night.
no. Yeah.
This season's been really good. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm really curious to see how this season turns out and if there's any twists about this season. So,
What is the
You think
one
Gavin
that's supposed
Newsom's
come
going to
back?
be outed?
I don't know, man. That state's so fucked, and I don't know.
Oh, this right here was a good video. He was trying to cover the camera.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He
Oh,
just
yeah.
posted this. I did this like 3 days ago on Hasty Headlines. This is old news.
Yeah.
Oh, they're running.
Fuck yeah. The dude had a camera that is also a fuck, what is it called?
Doorbell.
No, it's like, one of those movement detectors or whatever.
Oh, motion detector. Yeah,
Motion detector. There's the word I couldn't fucking think of.
Movement.
Basic fucking word. It's a movement detector. And yeah, and so it's as soon as they got up on the porch, the camera turns on and the fucking motion detector goes off and tells him somebody's on your porch. So he's literally sitting in his living room with a gun waiting, like pointed at the fucking door. And they kick open the door and bang, 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 bang. He just unloads and shit.
Did any of those dudes get shot?
I don't know. I don't know.
That was beautiful.
I feel like this guy's in prime position.
Yeah, he was the one. Oh, no, the other guy actually went in first.
He fell down. I think he did get shot.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
The guy in the black. Like this guy. Let's watch it again. So he's right stuck in the doorway.
Yep. Funnel of death.
Then he falls down.
He fell down twice, man.
And then you see that guy run by.
Dude, I think the 2 guys just ran him
Oh,
over.
yeah, but he did run by. Okay, he did make it at least that far.
I think the 2 guys just ran him over. I think he was the slowest one. I think that's what it looked like.
Dude, fucking Melbourne's going nuts, bro.
Good. Fucking needs to.
Yep.
Needs to fucking pop off. That shit's fucking unacceptable.
Yeah. 100%. As I said, unleash the emus, get the crocs behind you. Like,
Fuck yeah. Find that dad that wrestled a crocodile in that video the other day.
that's the thing. If this was Florida, one of those protesters would chuck a live gator into the police car.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
they'd be like swinging it like a shock put and just let it go.
And here's the thing: the powers that be know that, which is why Ron DeSantis fucking is like, we ain't doing lockdowns here because goddamn motherfucking Florida man with his fucking alligator is going to show up if we try doing this bullshit.
They'd be just chucking gators on meth into the police line.
Well, we certainly have a lot more guns than they do per capita. I think that fucking makes a huge difference.
That's-
As far
I
as
have
what
a
the
lot more
government is
guns.
willing to do.
I have a lot more guns per capita than Australia does.
Right. Right. Isn't it like they only give it to you basically on like where also you live? Like if you live in the outback, you can get a license to get one or something like that.
There's ways that you can have certain guns, and they have, like, I don't know, not many guns compared to how many people there are in the country.
I remember when I watched the videos, like usually they give it out to people who live in the outback. Well, not give it out, they sell to mostly. But I
Yeah.
don't remember.
But
how
that,
it
then
was.
again, like, there was the whole, like, gun buyback thing that happened, right? Like, how many guns got turned in when that happened?
Not
Like
as many as
70?
there were. Yeah.
Like 70 or something like that? Like, they had barely any turned in at all, so...
That's the thing. Like with Australia, Just like most of those countries, there's a lot of restrictions on what you can get and like the permit process you have to go through. Yeah, the people in the outback have it a little bit more easy to acquire stuff because, like all those countries, you have to have a reason for having it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now, and yeah, you got to have it's got to be hunting, sport shooting, pest control. You can get a collecting license, but that one's limited. And these are all licenses. You can get a farmer's license or a farm worker's license, and you have to renew it every 3 to 5 years, or depending on where you live, it can be 10 years in Northern Territory and South Australia, and you have to be 18. And damn, Australia has less people than fucking Texas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's not that many people in Australia.
That's
And they're
true because they
all-
really
and they're
only have
almost-
like 2 major population centers, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
it's all on the coast.
Sydney
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
so-
Melbourne and Perth.
I just saw that cop on the horse, and the first thing I could think of was Brent from Anchorman with the trident.
I just keep thinking of like Braveheart when the guy's charging at him and then he makes that sound and
Yeah.
fucking chops his legs down with the fucking longsword. Like no horses were hurt in the filming of this movie. Except for that one that fucking Mel Gibson fucking chopped his legs off.
That's the thing. Get some rodeo guys there and like lasso them off the horses.
Huh. "25 fast food chains to avoid." I hate these because you're like, hey, I would like to know which ones you don't want to avoid and why. And then you
I
click
feel
on
like
it.
there's
It's
only like 25
oh, here's
fast
page
food
one. Start the
chains.
slideshow so we can get as many clicks out of you as possible.
and here's the thing, I don't mind like I got to scroll through a whole bunch of pictures and shit. That doesn't bug me that much. But when it's clicked to a whole new page every
Yeah.
fucking time, I'm like,
That just annoys
fuck
the shit
off.
out of me.
Like, no, sorry.
Well, that and like half of the time you're like, oh, I want to see that picture. And then you never get to see the picture because it's not even in the slideshow. It was just the picture to fucking make you click on the thing. Or, hey, I want to actually find out what's the worst restaurant to eat at. And they never tell you. If you click through all of it, then you get to number 2. And then like number 1 is like a new page for something else to click through. Another like list of things that is like, hey, here's something that we figure that you might want to know about. Glenn Beck's Instagram. Yes, continue as E Honda. Oh, fuck me. Never mind. I guess we can't do that. So, did you pick out a gun that you're going to do for your challenge yet, Matt?
Not yet.
This thing turned out pretty nice, huh?
I mean, I would have done a better job, but yes, it did turn out good.
How would you have done better? Like, what could you have done better?
I would have completely prepared the wood beforehand. I would never just true oil over a bad finish. I would sand it down properly and prep the wood, and all those little imperfections in the true oil wouldn't be there.
The checkering, you know, like it's hard to.
Well, I wouldn't sand the checkering. I'd sand everything but the checkering.
He'd had a front sight.
How is this not?
I mean, it looks really good. It looks way better than it did, but I can still see those little imperfections and dings and stuff
And I
in
have
the
to go
surface.
through it again and do another. I gotta like wait till this is all the way dry. It's almost there. It's not as sticky as it was earlier.
Like that right there, right next to the sling
Yeah.
swivel that I can see. I would have sanded that out.
This
That
is
scrap-
this was the worst
that
spot
ding.
right here. But I
Or
wanted it
sand
to match the rest of the color. That's why I didn't sand out the color. I just ran over it with
Oh no, see, I would have sanded the color out. I would have sanded the whole thing down. I would have completely started over, restained it, re-true oiled it. I would have done all that.
like she looks good, dude.
No, she looked way better than she did.
The barrel, like the bluing on the barrel, turned out pretty much perfect.
You turned that from a $275 gun into probably a $550, $600 gun.
Yeah.
With just a little bit of effort.
Yeah, like really, that's all it was a little bluing solution, a little true oil, and a little fucking time. That's all I did. That's all that was there. It's too shiny. I like my gun shiny. I don't know why. All right. Well, you guys got anything else you want to talk about? I'm kind of running out of subjects.
I'd like to talk about the penis.
FNG Starman says, "Are you still cutting it down?" I did cut it down.
Yeah, it was much longer.
It was 29 inches. This is what I cut off of it.
Now, is that 29 inches like normal people, or is it 29 inches in comparison to like what Jolly thinks is 8 inches?
Yeah, that's true. Makes a big difference.
Well, I did use a tape measure, so. But I mean, you
There you
can.
go.
Was it a metric tape measure or a standard tape measure?
Well, you can see how fucked up this barrel was, and it wasn't that fucked up, but the fucking bluing's not all the way through, and it's got shit in it. But this looks fucking nice. I don't know. I like it. I like how it turned out. I was pleasantly surprised with how quick it went too, because I thought this would be a multi-day project. I just did it all today. Do you guys ever use gun stock wax after True Oil?
No.
Nope.
I didn't even know you were supposed to use gun stock wax. I guess that would add like another layer of protection. Now take that cut off bit and make a carry knife. Yeah, sure. My 1-bedroom apartment with my forge that I have. Why are you whispering?
What? Sorry. What?
Why are you whispering?
I think he was reading from the Necronomicon.
No, there's a fucking video playing on Facebook, and it's like a bunch of fucking 90s rap, and I was singing along to fucking... Never mind. It's all right. It was Tupac, okay? You can't not sing along to Tupac. I didn't know y'all could hear that shit.
It's hard not to sing along to Tupac.
It is.
I'll give you that. All right, guys. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and see you tomorrow for the Gay Frog Chat, where we're going to be talking about post-Afghanistan stuff, I think. How that's going to affect the country, and I don't know, whatever else comes up. What? You going to say something?
No, I just said, Afghanistan.
Bro,
Clusterfuck of the century. Well, no, not of the century, but certainly a clusterfuck.
It's a sad situation, man. It really
Of
is.
the 2020s.
I think it's worse than the COVID thing, to be honest, for our country in the long run. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you then. Peace out.
Bye, penis.
Deuces.